As you all step out of the mine, the darkness gives way to the pale glow of twilight, but the air remains thick with an unsettling energy that wraps around you like a shroud. A sudden chill sweeps over the landscape, causing the dust and debris disturbed by your passage to swirl and dance in the growing shadows. Then, from the swirling chaos, a form begins to coalesce. Shifting and flowing with an eerie sentience, a dust wraith emerges, riding upon a spectral horse made of the same desert-colored sand, its haunting figure a ghastly silhouette against the backdrop of the dying light. The wraith halts a few paces away, hovering above the ground, its horse snorting clouds of dust as if sensing the danger in the air. It studies you with an unsettling intensity, or at least you think, as there are no discernible features on its face. It surveys the group, piercing and predatory, as though it can see deep into your souls. An oppressive atmosphere fills the space, the air charged with a malevolence that makes every breath feel heavy and labored. As it studies you all, it focuses on Joanna. But Rook and James, who isn't here, recognize this creature as what they saw emerge from the ritual within the mine. The air around you thickens heavy with an ominous force as the wraith drifts closer on its horse, pulled by an unseen thread. Its form ripples with an unsettling hunger, and the swirling dust around it pulses with a life of its own, emanating a disquieting energy that feels both ancient and primal. Its voice is a soft hiss that echoes like the sound of sand shifting beneath a storm. Not the one, but the one with something familiar. You carry the weight of choice, the burden of blood. He begins to circle Joanna, the dusty particles around her forming a halo that flicker ominously against the twilight sky. At that moment, time feels suspended. As I sought the light of hope, it flickered like a dying ember in the presence of angels with clipped wings. I looked upon the divine and was shown only a reflection of rage, and it embraced me. What is it that you seek? Do you wish to embrace the wrath that lies beneath? To awaken which hungers for release? What are you all doing in this moment?
Getting ourselves. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, honestly,
no.
though, I mean, like,
Or a little bit shocked. My first thought was, if it's coming closer, was, am I still carrying the lantern? Because I would chuck the lantern.
unless you put the lantern down, you do still have the lantern.
Just feel like that would be a gut reaction as this strange thing is coming at me. I'm gonna throw what I'm holding at it.
That's completely fair. You throw the lantern at the wraith, and the lantern just simply passes through it. It does no harm to it.
Fantastic.
And it seems completely dismissive of any antagonistic actions you have towards it currently.
It's circling Joanna. Is she still free to move around? Or
oh yeah, she can move. She can move.
Okay. But I don't even know how to react to this. She'd be holding her hands up to shield her face. Shouting at this,
And due to the shock of everything that has happened, Sheriff McIntyre has fainted and passed out. Get fucked, wanted.
I don't know how he would handle this because he was in complete denial of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Jim is clutching his crucifix around his neck and is praying at the creature. The guy and the horse, anyway. Are you speaking for God or are you speaking for the devil? Which one is it? I won't trust a word. Neither. Unless you're from the void, are you?
I already saw where I was from.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
You already saw where I was from. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just not sure how to respond to that.
That's fair.
He's not believing a word of it, really. He's
Sure.
in complete disbelief. He's just branded, clutching onto his crucifix and...
Joanna's kind of trying to brush this away, and she hears the Reverend talking to him and says, is it talking to you too?
No, you're not alone in seeing it, lass.
So where exactly is it? Would you say it was in? Is it like in front of us? Is there any way like around? Am I like trying to figure out positioning? I guess.
I'm assuming it's amongst us.
If it's circling Joanna,
Mhm.
it's moved in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So while it's focusing on Joanna and everyone's clearly in shock, I'm gonna be shocked and scared as any normal human being would be. But as I kind of snap to you pretty quickly, I'll kind of pull my hat down a little bit and I'll tap Witch, who should be next to me. I'll tap James, who should be standing next to me, and kind of tilt my head a little bit. Signal like let's try to get the hell up out of here, real slick like. And I'm just gonna try to very casually, without making as many noise as possible, walk around everybody and just kind of try to leave.
Sure, roll a stealth check for me.
All right. Using that slick escape. Let me see. Disengage or retreating. Can I do that here? Nah, we'll just make a stealth check. Let's see.
I mean, yeah, you could. You are technically retreating right now.
Yeah.
Like a bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
True.
Hell yeah. I don't know how to fight ghosts. Fuck that shit. Out of here. I don't know, y'all.
I mean, Jordan already chucked a lantern at it, and nothing. It just went
Yeah,
through
I know.
it.
Nope. I would have tried to do something up until that point. So what should I roll for stealth check? Dexterity? Or is it...
Yes.
Oh, damn it, it hit the wall. No.
You can re-roll.
I'll
Because it
yeah.
did hit the wall. Just make sure you're out away from the line a little bit.
Roof.
Jesus.
That's
I'll
fine.
use I'll count ability on that. Please no. Fair enough.
As you are trying to get away, the dust wraith teleports in front of you.
This is
It
leaving
just
Joanna alone, I
stares.
guess.
Okay.
I'm just gonna immediately kind of turn like a 45 degree, like I'm gonna jump back and kind of turn 45 degree with hands in my pockets and whistle very, very like almost what you're saying.
It quickly loses interest and decides to go back to what it was doing, which was circling Joanna.
Rats! I was gonna say, the moment it moves away, Joanna would like try and start sprinting, like just sprinting away. Like, okay.
I mean, she can, but it's going to chase her down for sure.
What is it? Get it away from me! She screams, swatting at it some more.
Suddenly, the wraith releases a soft, eerie sigh, the sound filled with both longing and despair. With a final lingering gaze, it withdraws, retreating into its swirling form upon the spectral horse. Remember, Joanna, the dust always remembers, and so shall you. With that, the dust wraith turns, its horse dissipating into a whirl of dust as it fades into the encroaching shadows that stretch like grasping fingers across the landscape. An unsettling silence envelops you, leaving behind a sense of foreboding that clings to the air like the lingering scent of dry earth before a storm. You were not the ones Wrath sought on this day.
So, what the fuck?
Brooke would turn around and say, Joanna, why throw a fucking... are you insane? Because she threw the lantern at it. In like shock of like, what the fuck is she doing?
What would you have done?
Not throwing a lantern at it. Are you trying to make it
what
angry?
would you have done?
Backed up a little. I don't know.
Given the power of it, do you think a lantern would have done much, lad?
It didn't do anything.
Yeah, we saw that.
No harm in trying.
Trying's all well and good, but could have went a lot worse.
Reb, you're the only person here that I like.
After that lantern incident, I'm feeling a fucking mutual thing.
No one saw
No,
that coming.
I don't know what I did, but fuck you do.
I think we were all
Suddenly I'm
thinking about
Italian.
that.
I hate the Italians. I hate the Italians.
I think we're all taken back by what's happening in this wee tune here.
I'm a little confused at something like that happens, and the first thing you say is, "Oh, why would you throw a lantern at it?" Are we not more concerned with whatever that just was?
I mean, whatever that was. You throwing a lantern at it could have made it fucking murder us. What are we talking about here? Why would you
Well,
throw
it's a-
fire at some ghostly desert being?
It's a
What do you
one.
think's gonna happen?
Come on, help me pick up that sheriff and we'll take him home. Gonna leave him here.
Can we just offer him to the ghost? Maybe he's the problem. He brought us
The
into the
ghost is
camp.
gone. The ghost is gone. Let's go ahead and move the sheriff. Get him out of the fucking desert. Can't believe I'm helping the law at this point, but here we are.
He might get in his good graces. A good deed doesn't go unpunished.
Okay, Rook moves over a little bit and just grabs his fucking arm while waiting for the others to do something.
I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and hide the token, and y'all can just roleplay carrying him around.
We'll each take a limb.
I'll just take him to the sheriff's office, I guess, and fuck him in there.
Sure.
Joe
You
lets
big
the
bitch.
men handle the carrying of the sheriff.
Sure. As you turn to leave, your gaze catches a figure standing near a weathered wooden post. Framed against the endless expanse of the desert, the man appears impeccably dressed, donning a tailored suit that seems untouched by the harsh elements of the West. His crisp attire boasts deep hues that contrast sharply with the sun-bleached landscape. There's an uncanny quality to his presence. He seems to be exactly where he needs to be, as if he's been waiting for you. Well now, darling, what a delightful show y'all just put on. Wrath, it dances like a bonfire, don't it? Consuming everything in its path, leaving nothing but ashes. He tilts his head, savoring the spectacle. But tell me, what remains when the fire is cool? What truths are hidden beneath the ruins?
Can you speak plain English, please?
Yeah, Joe just blinks at him.
I hate this goddamn country.
I'm not good at riddles.
His
I
gaze...
know I've
Go ahead.
got accent problems, but even I didn't understand that.
His gaze sharpens and he continues. Strange, isn't it? A town like this, so quiet, so untouched by the passage of time, yet here y'all are, wandering in like it was waiting just for you. Ever notice how certain places pull at a person? Places with tales to tell, shadows that whisper, winds carrying echoes of things long forgotten.
Are you going to make a point, or?
You ever heard of minding your own fucking business?
Aye, we understand it's a strange place.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Now that's a question I've heard before, but I reckon it's not the answer you're looking for. Folks around here like to give me many names. Some call me a guide, others a judge, but I don't pay much mind to labels. Ain't the name that matters, but the work. I show up where I'm needed when the wind blows just right. Got a knack for being in the right place at the right time.
Joe would
Did you
point
say
back.
God?
As in divine intervention.
Joe would point back at the mine. Are you trying to tell me that you know what's going on here and you saw what just happened?
Was it guide or God?
It's guide, not God.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like
Okay.
guide. Yeah.
It's like, where are you getting divine intervention? That makes so much more sense now. Okay.
Guide or judge. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He'll say, yes, I have seen the race before, and I saw what just part of it. Why is it that you ask?
Any insight into what that fucking thing was? Maybe. Why is it
Memories.
creepy crawling?
Memories of people that have been around long enough to find themselves in some sort of a way.
He consumes them, you mean?
In some forms, yes.
Like the shadow. Death coming to claim the last. It's coming for their souls.
More so they were souls once upon a time. There are no reapers, no archangels. He'll move in. He'll say, see, it ain't about who I am. It's about who you all are and where this path is taking you. But I will say this. He put a hand on Rook and James's shoulder, coincidentally, and he whispers that James had heard from the infernal token he carried would have been hushed. When the dust settles, you'll all know more than just my name. His hands fall, returning to being held behind his back. Whispers would return to James's mind, and whatever comfort he may have instilled in Rook is left to fade. If you cared to indulge a suggestion from an old soul, there's a patch of ground just outside of town, where forgotten names lie etched in stone. It's a quiet place, full of stories untold. If you listen closely, you might even hear him speak. The earth remembers everything, after all. He goes to walk off, but he pauses, looking over his shoulder one last time. And don't forget to pay a visit to Maylin and her friend when you return to town. They hold knowledge that may shed light on your path. It's always wise to gather all the threads before you wave your fate. Good luck now. It's time I take my leave. With that, he continues walking off into the endless expanse of seemingly nowhere.
He just walks off into the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so cool.
I wish I was like him.
This whole place is crazy. Everyone here is crazy.
Something out of a book.
What's your next move?
Well, at this point, go back in the fucking cave, Jesus.
There's a lot of information to process. Holy shit.
Mhm.
So you said there's a patch of land outside of town we can go to that'll potentially tell us stories, or we can go into town and get more information, possibly on the wraith. What was her name again? Sorry,
Maylin.
Maylin. And we're going into town with the sheriff anyway to quote unquote drop him off. So.
I feel like everyone would kind of be going into, like, just drifting towards town right now.
Yeah.
Especially because we got sheriff to drag.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic.
Each take a limb.
Yeah.
I would kind of, for sure, just kind of walk by and let James take it. You know, it's just. Too lazy to move the sheriff myself.
Make sure Wanted knows that the sheriff wakes up with like lots of sand in his britches.
Yeah.
Sand in his pocket.
Excellent.
It's
So
not
perfect.
sand in places he didn't know he had.
Why am I dirty?
Jacks off.
Specifically, got to put some into his socks.
So did we just have the trope of the demon appears and fucking Wanted's character is just fast asleep and won't believe it when he wakes back up?
Yeah.
Is this the trope we live
It's
in?
even
Yeah.
almost it's even better.
I hate that horror movie trope.
You're not gonna believe us, yeah.
Where is the sheriff office? Am I blind?
Maybe
He was treating back here. I'm gonna ping it as the sheriff's office is what he was doing.
Yeah, the one building with the fire in it.
he should have had it. He just walks out and forgets to stoop before a beam and just
But fucking. Oh my god.
Right, so y'all want to roleplay that y'all took him to the sheriff's office, or are you just gonna walk all the way down there and walk back? Whatever, it's up to y'all.
We threw him like really strongly and he went all the way to the sheriff's office. And we'd have to go
Excellent, I love this. Murder, session 3 already.
Not murder, so it was a light throw, you know?
Player on player, Moidoi.
Love this.
Moito.
Perfect.
Get moited.
So I'm just waiting for a chance to murder Vincent.
just
that's
gonna
it.
kind of stick to Red.
Oh, these two.
Sure. Once you get done taking Sheriff Haskell McIntyre to the place he has called home for the past couple of days, you see Maylin and a man with some crazy looking hair and a little bit of mischief in his eyes speaking among themselves. But as you approach and get incredibly close, they quiet down. Maylin just kind of nervously glances at you, and the man just smiles and gives a nod.
Oh, hey, Vertigo.
What time
Okay.
is it?
No.
It's basically sunset.
Okay.
Okay, so as we all just walk up on these people
And surround them.
and surround them very creepily, I'm gonna casually kind of try to smooth this over. Like, hi, they're sorry to approach you. We just had a bit of an interesting evening. Are you
Go ahead, sir.
Maylin? Are you Maylin, by chance?
She is wringing her hands because everyone surrounding them has made her very nervous. And she just nods a little bit and says, yes, I am.
Sorry, we're crowding you, lass. Apologies there. How's your day going?
I'm okay, I guess. What can I do for you?
We're a bit wondering that ourselves. I do have a question. Do you remember a man named Elias by chance?
She seems to stiffen a little bit, but she tries to play it off. If somebody wants to do an insight check to see if they can catch on to that, you're more than welcome to.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Forget how to bring up the chat or anything. There it is.
Oh, boy. I'm busy looking at it, the fucking sunset. I don't know.
Joe would have been watching her.
Okay, well, I was gonna make that a difficulty 10, so... All right, Ember, or Joanna and Rook both notice the hesitation. Maylin just kind of rebuts with a, well, Elias is a very common name. You're going to need to be a little bit more specific.
Granger.
And she kind of glances over to the man that's standing beside her. Oh, apologies. Yes, Elias Granger was here quite some time ago.
Right, but do you know him? Do you know anything about him, or just that he came through?
Just that he used to be here quite some time ago and had some interest in the mine, and one day he disappeared and no one saw him again.
Do you know much about that mine?
No, I'm just a historian. I don't know anything about geology.
Joanna be looking at her, but also glancing at her friend to see how he reacts to the questions being asked.
Sure, he is very open and receptive to the questions that are being asked of him. So far, Malin is just nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, fella. And what's your name? I don't think we've met.
Oh, my name's Thaddeus Morrow. Nice to meet you.
Oh my fucking god. Well, Thaddeus, where do you hail from, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, from here.
Oh, well, it seems everyone from here is from here.
That is how it works, yes.
Yes, indeed. And you've been around for long, then. You know this Elias chap as well. You have any more interaction with him?
Never knew him, just knew of him. He came here for some sort of business, like I said. Ended up disappearing. Not sure if he ran off or what happened to the poor man.
Oh.
So what kind of history you study, bro?
Oh, all of it. Specifically what happens around here. Been logging it for, well, since I was a boy.
That much history happens here, then.
More than you would believe, actually. I know it doesn't look like much of a town, doesn't seem very busy, but there's been quite a bit that happens around here.
Oh, exciting stuff happened, like.
Well, I don't know if I'd really call it exciting, but
Oh,
some
that
of it's
sounds great.
interesting. Well, you know, meeting all sorts of colorful people, such as yourselves, finding things that people leave behind. That sort of thing.
What kind of things do people normally leave behind here?
Oh, well, sometimes, you know, personal possessions, journals, books, diaries, sometimes contracts.
Did Elias leave anything like that behind?
Do I have a diary or a journal from Elias? No.
Or a contract or anything he might... What did he leave behind? Did he just come into town, drift off into the mine and disappear?
Well, I don't know where
was,
he disappeared. That's kind of what happens when people disappear, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. No, but I mean, he said he had an interest in the mine, so that's what I'm assuming.
He did. He was a businessman from everything I understand. I never had business dealings with him, of course. It's not really my field.
Sure. But did he leave anything behind? That's what I'm asking.
Not that I'm aware of.
What about
Why,
you,
did you
Maylin?
find
Do know
something?
anything? Did I find something? No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not a finder.
Unfortunate. Malin just kind of shrugs. She's like, I did not really know Mr. Granger myself either. That was before I came to town.
How long ago was it Elias was here then, roughly?
See, about when he disappeared, probably 20 some odd years ago.
That long?
Yeah.
20?
Yes.
Wily.
You mean to tell me that you're a historian, but you don't know that much about the mine that's just right out there, and you've been here since you're a boy?
I told you I'm a
You're
historian, not a geologist.
Right, but
That would imply you know the
It-
history of the mine.
exactly.
But sure, it's been there for at least... It hasn't always been a mine, of course, but about 20
But-
some odd years
Yeah,
ago,
I
they
think-
decided to turn it into a mine once they struck some silver.
Who decided?
Wanda has the fucking letter. Damn it.
Actually,
Well, we
I
can
don't
call
think
it
that
this.
he does. I think James stole it.
Yeah, Jim's did still.
James have that one. Fucking get him here.
Well, Witch had joined, so I don't know if he's actually here or if he's in limbo.
Let's just take a
I'm
second.
here.
Okay.
Can't call this lady out without the proof.
Let me see which letter I have.
Pretty sure you have the one that I grabbed and pretended to read.
I have 2 of them. I have that one. I also have the very first one that we got.
Oh.
Yeah, because I know he stole one off of Haskell, but I can't remember which one it was.
All I know is one of these letters like mentions her by name.
The one that I gave to Wanted was the one that Mr. Granger, I've received your latest correspondence.
I think that's the one that Witch stole.
Yes. I also have the Dearest Margaret letter. Those are the 2 that I have.
Dearest Margaret.
Dearest Margaret.
Is that the letter you wanted, though?
I don't think so. There was, I think it was like or was it the one to Dearest Margaret? One of them mentions that Elias was trying to talk to Mei-Ling about what happened at the mines.
Okay, counteroffer. You all know that Haskell has this letter. He's passed out.
That's what I'm saying. I thought I had it in my notes that happened, but I was like,
you
I
can
don't have
just
that letter at all.
read it and
We could just go get the letter.
You could go get the letter.
Yeah, but I don't think I know that he has that letter. It just had to come to me. I think
I'm pretty sure I do. I'm gonna go fondle Haskell for his letter.
I don't know. I feel like
No,
now.
he told us he had a
because
letter.
I have,
He should go to the mine.
I'll go do that because I have no context on this what's going on right now. So I'm just gonna go get that letter.
Sure, we'll say he slips off. We'll continue the conversation to give him a little bit of time to hypothetically go get it and come back.
That's all. I was just my notes to remember that, but yeah, I don't think I would have known I had needed that letter. I'd like to think Wanted would have remembered it if he'd known he had it, but whatever. Fuck.
The mine's been there 20 years. How long has it been worked for? Approximately.
It did not last long. There was some fuss around town that it was unstable, something collapsed. I don't think it ever did end up collapsing, trapping anyone in there necessarily, but like I said, it's out of my field of expertise.
Did anyone?
You mentioned.
What about local legends, like ghost stories? Do you know anything about that? sort of thing?
There's plenty of those.
Witchcraft?
I'm sure if someone was here and did witchcraft, maybe. I don't know of any witchcraft in particular.
Jim's just shaking his head in disbelief. Yes.
These fucking heathens.
Exactly.
You ever hear of anything about a god or a judge?
A guide or a judge? He kind of looks to Mei-Ling a little bit, and she looks back at him, and he goes, well, I don't know, are you looking for a tour guide?
Well, it will be exactly what we're looking for, ain't it?
Oh, we all knew here.
Tour guide for the mine.
Oh, I don't think you're gonna find anybody that'll take you in there.
Why not?
Well, why would anybody go into a mine that's supposed to collapse?
But it hasn't collapsed in the past 20 years. It's going to stop us from doing it.
No, but just someone's luck. As soon as they step into it, it'll collapse. And it won't be on my luck.
That's fair.
Thank you.
So
I'm
so
glad
don't
you
know-
agree.
You don't know any guides. What about judges? You know a judge?
Judges. Gosh, I don't think a judge has really come through here in quite some time.
Well, I suppose sheriff might be a judge, judge, jury, executioner, and all that.
Sure, in some situations, yes. Him or the mayor, I guess. Could make some sort of judgment in the realm of law, if it needed to
Yeah.
happen.
What about anyone who would call themselves judge or guide for that matter?
Oh, no, not quite, no.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
You're a historian. Just want to learn more about this place. We're going to be here for a while.
I see. You can tell he doesn't quite believe you, and he's just kind of glancing around you. I'm sure.
Nuts.
That's exactly what you're looking for. You definitely look like somebody who is interested in knowing what judges are around. Or tour guides.
Do you know if anyone in this town would know anything about that mine? Other than you two?
Ezekiel, I'm sure he was wrapped up in it somehow. But I think he's out on business currently. I mean, you could go ask Cassius Guillory as well. He's been here quite some time.
Bartender.
I don't remember anyone's names.
Ezekiel was the mayor.
Ezekiel's the mayor, Cassius the bartender.
Okay.
Bartender talks about as much riddles as anyone else does.
Yes, he does have a little bit of a tendency towards that. Real cryptic kind of fellow.
You ever see anything out there in the desert, you know, in such as out of town? Anything weird, anything supernatural?
Anything. Well, I've seen plenty of weird things in the desert. That's kind of the nature of a desert, but supernatural. Why? Have you seen something?
Oh, I just thought I saw a man riding a horse, but
That seems to be like a pretty normal thing for a desert.
no, not this kind of man, not this kind of horse.
Why? Was it a particularly big horse or a particularly small horse? Perhaps the other way around. Maybe the man was very
Handy.
small.
I
Is,
thought you were going
man.
to say a particularly big horse and a particularly small man.
It could be that way.
Well, it was made of sand.
Joe
So-
nods.
I don't know if that helps narrow it down on it.
Thaddeus kind of looks to Malin again. She just looks to him. And he goes, well, I may have heard things like that before, but...
Well, come on then, enlighten us.
Joe looks really relieved. She's not
Yeah.
crazy.
Jim's gonna nudge her and be like, "Your lass has had a fit."
There's just been people who have looked into these illusions, mirages, however you want to put them. And, well, nobody has anything concrete quite yet as to what it is, or why it is, or even if it actually is.
But people have seen it. They've seen it.
There's more than one occurrence where people have seen something similar, yes.
When was the last time someone mentioned something like that?
Oh, there was a girl that came through probably a year and a half or so ago looking into certain things. She got real caught up on hunting down the mystery of these things, these wraiths of sorts.
Did she have a name?
She did. Her name was Lila Kent.
Did she leave or?
Again, she's been doing investigations. She'll pop up occasionally and then disappear for quite a while. I don't know what she's doing all of the time, but it's been probably a good 3 or 4 weeks since I saw her last.
You wouldn't happen to have an address or a way to contact her?
She doesn't really stay in one place for too long. But, well... He looks very hesitant in saying anything too much more than that. I'm sure she'll be back around at some point, maybe.
Does she have a residence, or does she just doss it there?
No, she's like a tumbleweed, just goes here and there as it suits her.
Joe would sigh.
What's wrong with you? Why the long face?
Nothing. We just have a lot of questions, as you can see. Probably
Yes, I
beginning to
can
think that
see. I
we're a
love
little bit
questions.
crazy.
What? Why would you think you're crazy?
I don't want
He's upset she lost her lantern.
Well, I mean, there's one right here beside me you can have if it really is that important to you.
I'm fine. I'm fine, Rook.
Yes, well, I tell you what. He seems to be contemplating something really hard. As if he's trying to make up his mind about something.
Jim's gonna rest his hand on his shoulder and just like give him a comforting squeeze and say, "It's all right, son.
Okay, roll
Don't
me.
take Lordo."
Sure. Roll me a persuasion check. Dia will do a difficulty 7.
Persuasion is intelligence.
Dodgy old fucks.
Charisma.
Charisma. Sorry. Aw.
Charisma.
Charisma. Ooh.
This dodgy old bastard.
Does that work? Or is my computer being slow?
Oh,
All right, there she goes. She's right
That's
on
crazy.
those. Thaddeus gives a little bit of a sigh. All right, you'll come back sometime in like a couple hours or so. I'll have something for you from Lila. I have some of her writing, some of the research she's been doing, but I'm gonna have to go find it and rustle through all of my crap to find it instead, okay?
Much appreciated. Much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. And I'll, I assume you lot are staying at the end back over there. The Pale Horse.
Joe nods.
Okay, I'll meet you there then.
Called the Pale Horse. Okay.
It's been on the sign the whole time.
I
Was it?
didn't say that,
Okay.
It has been referred to as the Pale Horse every time it's been mentioned thus far.
No, I wasn't here for like the beginning, so
I also just
Oh,
have
yeah,
a member
yeah,
of a
that's
fish.
yeah. So unless I specifically looked at the sign, I wouldn't know. I'm just saying some things are making sense. That's all.
Okay, well,
It's almost
I'll
as if
see
this
you
is
lot
one
in a
very
few
heavy-handed
hours.
metaphor for purgatory.
So, Thaddeus wanders off. He's gonna go look through all of his belongings and whatnot that he needs to produce what was promised.
I need a drink.
Did I ever go about finding that letter, Lacey?
I need a couple.
Yeah, I mean, there's no check against it. He's laying there unconscious.
I know.
So if you got the letter, you got the letter.
I don't have the text of that letter.
Oh, oh god. Please hold.
Joe's
That's
nerves
all right.
are
We'll all
pretty.
make our way to the pub.
Joe's nerves are pretty shot. She wants to calm down. She needs a drink.
Sure.
Try to calm down. Speak to the weird fucking bartender.
She has not met the weird.
Oh, let me
okay.
make lives a little bit easier. There. Get
Wait,
you the cutout
dispersing?
going.
Oh, cool.
You haven't met Cassius yet? That's
Yeah, she hasn't met Cassius.
Oh, he's the best.
Give me just a second while I try to find something.
Oh, there's a cat in the bar. Joe's gonna
I
be
need to
petting the cat.
I need my brain to start firing. You can't think of shit fast enough. I'm like,
Too much crap. I tell you what.
Are you playing music, by the way, Lacey?
Yeah, is it not going through?
No.
Oh well.
Oh, I
alright.
wasn't even on her little thing.
Well, apparently there's no reason to anyway, so.
I can't get the game music to stop playing. I don't know how to do.
So on the little play
Escape and
button,
then set the audio settings to minimal.
or you can do that too.
Oh, escape.
But there's the audio controller, and you can just pause it there.
There we go.
I'm back.
Okay, which I think got it to you. Okay.
Yes, that is the one I don't have.
Cassius is doing typical bar work, just kind of keeping things tidy, organizing things. When Joanna comes in and heads over to the cat, he only asks her, "Can I get you a drink?"
Yes, I'll get a whiskey, please.
He nods, he turns to the bottles along the wall and the shelves. He picks up a whiskey, pours a glass, and brings it over to her. Oh, okay. He goes back, pours another, and leaves the second glass by her.
She's just gonna sip that while petting the cat.
Sure. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I just saw some strange things out in the desert.
He nods, almost as if he understands. Those things too tend to happen in the desert.
I've not seen the like of it myself.
Cassius is gonna look over to Rook. Is there anything I can get you?
Yeah, I'll take a whiskey, please.
He turns and looks over his shoulder. Is that two for you as well?
I think better call it 3.
Christ. Turns back, sets up 3 glasses on the shelf, pours 3 glasses of whiskey, and collects them and sets them in front of Rook.
Brooke would slide one of them over to Joanna because she clearly needs it.
Joanna would have been
in front of her.
Joanna would have been watching the whole entire time, like mentally wondering if she should ask for a third, but not feeling too judged, and she would just silently take the whiskey. She downed that one in one go.
Reverend, is there anything I can get you?
A jug of water.
I'm sure.
Nothing else for me.
A jug?
Jug and a glass.
Okay. He turns, he gets like a pitcher and a glass, and he picks up the pitcher that you tried to pick up the last time you tried to get water that was empty, and fills the pitcher, sets that pitcher back down, brings you the new pitcher and a glass, and sets it in front of you. The pitcher that he has handed you is full of water.
Can the water look like the water in Back to the Future when they go to the Wild West?
I don't know what that means.
Jim's contemplating. He's like looking at it, and then he's looking at Cassius with like a kind of like narrowed kind of look, a bit like open, and he's like, a little bit of a miracle there. I tried earlier, and Nout was coming.
Cassius just shrugs a little. It's no bother to him nor a concern.
Aye, the young lassies at the store said you were struggling for water.
Well, it is. No, it doesn't look like that ever. Cassius just shrugs and he's like, it's a desert. Sometimes water is hard to procure.
Fair enough then. Neil settled on a stool and pour himself a drink.
Rook would be leaning against the bar. He takes the little vial of silver that he had in his inner pocket, just be kind of fiddling it, looking at it. Just kind of focused on it the entire time.
Cassius will glance to the silver, but doesn't seem too bothered by it. But he does go ahead and he says, interesting, where did you get that?
Somewhere I wouldn't recommend going. Why do you ask?
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Joe would be paying attention at this point.
You've seen this before?
Cassius only nods.
Recently, or?
5 years or so.
A rare metal, is it? Or a rare form of silver?
I guess that depends on perspective.
Do you know who had it 5 years ago?
I think you know who had it 5 years ago. Just make sure it stays in that jar and it will remain relatively contained.
What was the fucking prick's name that died in the fucking cave? What was his name?
Elias.
Elias.
Who's the second corpse again? Did we figure that out?
We
did
it's
not.
unidentified.
I don't think there was anything to identify it with.
And
Yeah,
there's
I do.
no mention of anyone else in the letters that was working in the mines.
Yeah.
Just a minor.
Who isn't still alive.
Yeah.
Okay, Rook would still be holding it, but like kind of like it's kind of on the side, and his fingers kind of on the top, just like holding on top of the bar.
Mm.
Elias? He'd ask with like a question mark at the end, looking at the bartender dude. See if like he picked up on it or whatever, or remember the name or such anything.
Cassius's demeanor is very steadfast, and it doesn't change often, but he only says, connected.
Does he keep like that deadpan straight ahead stare that he has in his image?
Sometimes, but I mean right now he's speaking with someone, so it would be typical eye contact.
Okay, so he's like he acts like a regular person to an
Yeah,
extent.
yeah.
So as this conversation's happening, he's having that Jackson come slowly make his way to the edge of the bar, put his hand up, and trying to signal to him. Saying, I'll take a glass.
A glass of what?
Yeah, whatever they're having.
More whiskey? You know what? I'm just going to bring a bottle over. He goes over to the wall, gets a glass, brings the bottle as well, puts a serving of whiskey in it, slides it over to Jack.
And then catch that and take a sip. Cheers.
Mm.
Borman collect a lot of stories, I suppose, yeah?
Sure.
A lot of stories about things people see out there in the deserts.
Well, it's better to recollect tales to than the person who's in front of you while you're drinking.
It's true. People do like to talk. Anyone come through talking about a guide? Someone help them through the desert?
Occasionally, but usually it's not so much them coming across a person like that. It's more a person like that coming across them.
Don't say.
So you know exactly what he's talking about, right?
Cassius glances over to Joanna and gives a small nod.
Okay, so you know something about the mine, right?
What do you think that I should know about the mine?
Well, you know about the guide, and you know about his the vial that he's got there.
You also know Granger by the turns of it.
The hell with this mine. I'm more worried about this guide. Why is he finding folk? Why'd he find us?
Well, if I am to know the guide you talk of, it's not so much that he's finding people that don't need to be found. After all, he did tell you he was a guide. What you do with that information is your own.
Aye, but is he going to be guiding us down the right path or down the wrong path?
I think that decision is likely up to you.
He's a guide and a judge.
No one here, as far as I am aware, wields such power of being a judge. As much as some of them would like to think otherwise.
Just gonna mull that information over a whiskey glass. He's not. Doesn't look so much perplexed. He looks as he's taking as if he's hearing interesting bar talk.
Mhm.
You know, it's. But he's trying to listen to figure out what that means. I don't know. I'm still trying to parse it together.
Sure.
Cassius, about this vial. Why shouldn't it be opened?
I believe some of you here have already realized what happens when you touch it with your bare hands.
Speaking of which, do our hands feel normal after that, or do we still have numbness and stuff from that?
I imagine by now it probably would have returned to normal.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Apart from, the mental trauma of it all.
yeah. That's...
Have you ever seen somebody, I don't know, do anything with this stuff? Experiment with it? Try and make something with it? God forbid, consume it?
There have been attempts of people trying to do things with it. I don't think anyone currently has been successful in doing so. The person that was closest to doing as much with it is, his name was Azael Colburn. He was a
Fucking
master weaponsmith.
Did he say what happened to him or anything, or did he just tell me that's who was close?
He just said that that's who was close to doing anything with Infernal Silver.
And where is he?
I imagine you'll run into him soon enough when the time is right.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means exactly as I said.
No, that doesn't mean
When
no.
the time is right, you.
Why
will
is everybody
meet
in this
Azael.
town speaking riddles? She might have startled the cat. She slammed her hand down on the bar next to it.
The cat actually probably isn't going to be too surprised by what just happened. It's just kind of going to look at her, give a slow blink, like, excuse you? You know, as cats do.
She pets it with apologetically.
Cassius just kind of looks apathetic, for lack of a better term, in all of your frustration. Things will happen when they need to happen. This is true of all things in life.
Jim's gonna reach for the book that they found and pull that out onto the countertop. And why don't you tell me about this?
Cassius looks at the book and looks up at Jim and says, "Do you mind if I have a look through this?"
Oh, looky, yeah, you can have. But if you take it any further away, I'll be coming over the bar. God, does it look kindly on leaves?
Cassius kind of starts flipping through the pages. He's scanning them, his head tilting at certain parts of it as he flips through.
Brooke's also looking over, trying to see if he can catch a glance of any words or anything in the book.
Sure. And Cassius will leave it open as he looks up and he speaks. He'll say, yes, there's been research into it, but no true success. Not by anyone that wrote a book like this.
Is that this kind of work you were talking about where this Azael might have been involved then?
Not with this particularly, no. Like I said, Azael was a weaponsmith, not a scholar.
Do you know the man that works across from here, over by the gun store? Does he have a name?
Yes, his name is Reuben Ash. Large man, very burly. Not anywhere near the same skill set as Azael.
Interesting.
Joe's just over there looking kind of angry now. She's counted her money and realized she doesn't have enough to get a train ticket out of here right now. So she's kind of just drumming her fingers on the bar top and petting the cat and glaring at the room.
Yeah, absolutely. Cassius is kind of gonna glance over, kind of meets everyone's eyes for a moment. So this guide you met, what did he tell you to do?
Good
Said
question.
to
I already
find the
forgot.
truths. Left in the dirt.
Mm.
Somewhere nearby, he mentioned there was a place we should look, but he didn't really give that many specifics about that.
He nods. It's about what you could expect. If you keep walking towards the direction of the sun, you'll find the place he speaks of.
Yeah, but for how fucking long do we need to walk towards the direction of the sun?
It won't be that long. 15, maybe 20 minutes.
Wait, towards
Alright.
the direction of the sun? Like now or when?
Yes, if you were to leave now.
Well, we have a few hours to kill.
Brooke puts the silver back in his pocket. Down to the last shot.
What about? Didn't they say about this stuff with Meglin? What did you get in that letter?
That switch.
Heck it.
Oh, sorry. Repeat the question.
What did you get in that letter?
Let's see. It's addressed to Miss Lim, assumingly the one we met before. And I write to you with an urgency I've never known before. People in this town, good honest folk, deserve to know the truth of what's happened beneath their feet. I fear that if the mind continues operating, many lives will be lost, and the weight of their deaths will be on my soul. Mr. Carrington refuses to listen, but I cannot remain silent. You've always been a beacon of integrity in your work. That's why I beg you, please print the story. Tell them what I've seen, the dangers that lurk below. I'm no coward, but I've seen men come back from their mind changed. I've heard things, voices that make no sense, and I fear that it's more than just a collapse over risk, and something's wrong down there. Something more than bad timber or weak rock. I need you to help me make them see. The truth must come out before it's too late. Please, Miss Lynn, don't let Mr. Carrington's power silence this. Yours in hope at last, Granger.
Yeah. Didn't she
Oh,
say? Didn't she say that she came after the mines had closed?
Did she say it was before her time? Yeah.
How's she getting a letter telling him to? Telling her to close the mine.
She's obviously been terrified about it. Somebody's obviously terrorized her.
Folk lie all the time.
Yeah, that's my concern. I feel like we might need to go complete that conversation and see if we can get more information out of her before we go down this little pathway to the sun.
I can see if I could try and pry something out of her.
Yeah, probably best we don't all go.
Yeah, let's not gang up on it this time. You've got the letter. Get what you can from her. You two. I'll go check in the sheriff, make sure he's not dead yet.
As I missed the first half of this conversation, anything in specific you guys want me to ask about?
Well, that's why I sent easier thing.
Yeah, the guide, like okay, well, the whatever the guide said we needed to talk to her about something. He didn't tell her about what. I assumed it had something to do with him, seeing as how there was a letter addressed to her, but she was super dodgy about it. So we don't know. I just assumed she knows something important, but we'll go talk to her.
Okay. I'll finish my drink and get up, adjust my jacket, and kind of lazily stretch aside and slowly walk my way out the door. Thinking to myself, seems like thinking to myself as I go, it feels like it's better just to let these things come to you than it is to try to make anything happen. And as I kind of walk out, that's just a thought. That's how I'm just thinking to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll see. And then James will go to follow Jack.
I can't remember. Did we know that James has the fucking token thing? Do we know if he still
He
has
took it
it?
in front of y'all. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Make a jump.
He sleight of handed out of his hands, but you know that he was the last person you guys saw it with.
Okay, alright.
He also just took it out a minute ago inside the bar while everyone was around, so anyone could have seen that.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're slash meeting now. I wasn't ready for that.
I know. It would be kind of cool if there was a way that it would like pop up so you could see it, but it's fine. Malin looks up from refilling the lanterns as you two approach her, and she immediately looks nervous again. What is it now?
Nothing
near,
of the
bitch.
bomb. Just a couple of last questions. So often asking about you. God, it's so hard not knowing what's already been asked and said.
They just pretty much asked if she knew Elias Granger at all, and she said nope.
Yeah. Shit, yeah, I probably should have.
You said that you weren't familiar with the name Granger, correct?
Yes, that is what I said.
You run the print shop here, right?
Yeah, well, I work here. I don't necessarily run it, but yes.
Now, who runs it? Again?
It's owned by Mr. Carrington.
Of course it is. Of course it is. See, you were saying you weren't familiar with Mr. Granger, but it seems Mr. Granger was familiar with you, Miss Lynn.
I don't know what you mean.
You didn't receive any sort of correspondence with the man. He seemed rather familiar.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
James is gonna reach to his coat pocket and just like very snappily pull out the letter. And I think this will have to disagree with you. And she's gonna just hold it without handing it to her. Like I'm pretty sure you might know what this is.
That's a piece of paper. I don't know what you
It's a
think
letter.
it says any. Okay.
Addressed to you, Miss Lynn, from Mr. Granger. And it seems as we're not the first. So it may have been the last. Does this refresh your memory at all? And he's gonna hold it forward if she wants to read it.
Okay. She's gonna glance at the letter a little bit, and hesitantly she will reach for it and take it out of his hands. She opens it, glances over it briefly. She looks shocked and quite upset as she reads through it. It's obviously a letter she's never actually received. It was intercepted at some point. And she closes
Obviously,
it
'cause it was
up.
in the mine.
Yeah, and she closes it up
But
and
the
hands
letter
it back
implies
to
there was
him.
other correspondence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's this story that Mr. Granger was speaking about?
Malin looks off to her right, which is the house in which Ezekiel normally occupies, and blinks a little bit.
Come here. And James is gonna like wave over towards like the alleyway and towards over to where Haskell's house is. Let's talk somewhere a bit more private.
And she nods,
Wait,
and she'll follow
right,
you.
All right. Is Thaddeus still just in this alleyway, or is that he just not? He's just kind of not there.
Oh no, he's off doing Thaddeus things. Let me just boop boop. There we
It's
go.
funnier to imagine that he just walked around the corner to get away from the conversation, but didn't go anywhere.
Let's be here for 5 minutes. Maybe they'll forget about me.
Vision based on
Honestly,
movements.
given Thaddeus,
You know what?
that's also incredibly plausible.
Which one was Wanted's house? Was it the middle one?
Yeah,
It was
the one with the
yeah,
fire girl.
yeah.
Okay, let's go there. I'm gonna follow. So
the tokens are following that up. You're gonna follow a specific path in order not to be like within a direct eye line of any of the windows from the mayor's house.
Sure.
Now that we're away from prying eyes, just gonna glance at the window and fucking wanted just passed out. What do you know some? What is this story, Miss Lynn?
So Elias wanted to put out a story that he wanted to shut the mine down for stability concerns. Of course, Mr. Carrington did not want that to happen. Mr. Carrington is a very powerful man. I'm sure you can tell that by the place he stays. I'm not sure if you have met him, but he's rather imposing.
He's a politician as much as anyone. Any other, yeah.
That's a nice way to put it, yes.
When was the last time you saw Mr. Granger?
This was quite some time ago when he disappeared. Not 20 years, no. It was probably about 3 or 4 years ago it happened.
No.
There were tales of cave-ins and things like that. They happen.
That why
He's
no
now-
one's walking the mine right now?
Yes.
Now, what did Mr. Carrington say or do to make you act like Mr. Granger never existed in the first place? What does Carrington know?
Like I already told you, Mr. Carrington is a very powerful man.
Yes, and what did he do that makes you so worried? Or what did he threaten to do?
If you're asking about Elias Granger, you already know what he has done.
One last question. Your print shop, it does reprintings of work?
Yes.
Like, you ever get anything handwritten that you didn't transfer to print?
Sometimes, yes.
Would you be able to potentially recognize the handwriting of someone from around here?
Of course, yes.
I'll wait here for a moment. And James is just gonna go inside. He opens the door that reasonably should be locked. Like he somehow either picked it or has the key.
Honestly, like they all drug him back to the cabin, so it's definitely not locked.
Oh, okay. I thought
We
you
unlocked it with
his own accord.
No, he was passed out,
Okay.
so we unlocked it with his keys.
I'm gonna go get the letter that any of the three that was talking, that was describing to go to the mine and bring it down to Mela.
Okay.
And now I'm not gonna show her the entire letter, just like a section of it to see. Do you recognize this handwriting?
She glances at it and she immediately just gives a very small, short nod. Just as she did when Haskell asked, I believe. He asked at like session 1, and she confirms the same thing that she did with him. And she's like, if you ever find writing like this, you can trust where it comes from.
And who is that?
He doesn't really have a name. He just... A lot of people call him the Watcher. He just kind of watches
Does he have any other names? Like a guide or a judge?
I'm sure people probably have mislabeled him as that before. It wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know.
Well, that's all I wanted to know. You've been a great help, Miss Lynn. Sorry for putting you in this position.
Well, let's hope it doesn't put me in a worse position.
It shouldn't do, no.
If this is all you need from me, I'm going to go return to my print shop.
James will just nod.
Thank you kindly, man.
It's gonna go back to her print shop.
She sprints back to the print shop. Jesus.
Only movement speed 2. Calm down. It's a brisk
she
walk. Okay,
she jogs.
she's
she jogs.
power walking.
That's not power walking. Okay,
Brisk
that's a
walk.
jog.
It was a hurried strut. She was gone.
Mm-hmm. She's nervous. She
Uh,
moves fast. Okay, she's trying to get away from the awkward stuff.
Yeah, so it's like a jog.
What's going on around here, Jim?
I don't know. But there's a game that's being played, and we just don't know the rules yet. Seems everyone here knows more than they say, and not nearly enough at the same time.
I don't reckon we're active enough to be called players of this game yet.
I play every game, you know me. But right now, I don't know if it's our turn just yet.
I guess we'll see. Let's go return to Vincent and
Yeah. We got somewhere we got to be as well.
yeah. Go the other way. Don't go back past the print shop.
All right. Do y'all want to do some role play, or you just want to assume walking into the direction of which you've been told?
James is gonna get on a horse because he's not fucking stupid.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's a smart
why
move. We go saddle up one of the horses next to him. As I do, I'm gonna reach into my coat pocket and
These are just free to take horses? Like,
I'm not worried
No.
about that.
We came in on horses. We didn't come in on a trade. We came in on
I
horses.
came in on a train.
Oh, fair enough. Well, then you're
Yeah,
fucked.
But we
I
came
love
in on
how-
a wagon, technically. I think we have a wagon, don't we?
We have a wagon, but we also had the horses that were attached to the wagon.
I'm sure.
And you
the
got a
outlaw is
spare
like,
horse?
oh.
And you got a spare horse? Joe would ask, watching this activity.
Something tells me these horses are spare for just us. Just for us.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means about as much as
Whatever
anything
you
else
want,
around
man.
here.
Yeah. What do you want of me, Joe?
What I mean is I haven't paid a dime for anything since I got here. I don't start.
Speaking of which, give me back my money.
What do you mean?
I know you took it.
I don't know what you're talking about, friend. And then I'm just gonna, kind of.
Wait, what did the weird guy say? That there was like a patch or something? Like what was? How did he
Patch of dirt.
say what we were looking for? Patch of dirt.
Jim's assuming it's a graveyard.
It was like rocks. Yeah, he said there were stones with stuff written on them. So
Yeah, where we'll hear stories.
Okay, I was
Maybe.
debating whether it was worth getting a shovel. That was just what was going through my head.
There's a general store just down the road. Closer, rather.
I suppose it's the time if they ain't prepared to leave.
The
Now would be a
blacksmith,
good
actually,
time to
thinking
take care of
the
that.
blacksmith probably has a shovel.
Okay, Rook starts to walk to the blacksmith. If I can find
We
anyone.
had a pickaxe, but
He's taking a nap.
our pickaxe is taking a nap.
The idea that the pickaxe just dematerialized the moment he lost consciousness. We had a pickaxe, but the guy
Yeah,
who
that
was
makes
on the
sense.
fence
No, he's-
was not here anymore.
He's sleeping with it. He's holding on to it like a teddy bear, and he won't let it go.
Just taking it to bed like a bear.
He won't. hasn't let go of it since.
But Lacey, did you just fucking dematerialize?
He wasn't supposed to be there. It's my
I guess we're not buying.
I mean, well, listen. Use the logic that this is a forge, so there is probably a shovel there.
You think he's a thief? He is.
Yes.
He looks for a shovel.
He will see a shovel leaning up against the wall.
So I'm just gonna point out, objectively, and I don't, outside of maybe Joe and the Reverend, all of the characters here are thieves.
Yeah.
Joe's also
ne'er-do-wells.
Joe's also a thief, but she's trying to lay low, and she's like not overt about it.
Yeah.
Jim's justifying this that because Jesus hanged around with prostitutes and tax collectors and the low people, he's actually ministering to you. That's his belief. So him tagging along is just being like, I'm going to minister the gospel to them and try and convince them that stealing is wrong.
Let me Jack have a fight.
James hasn't stolen anything in front of Reverend. The only thing James has done is conned someone out of $200.
I think I've
We're
stolen
openly
it from
talking about stealing the horses. So he's
Well-
like standing there looking at them like, why?
It's not stealing the horses. As far as
Borrowing.
Borrowing.
no, it's well the way that Jack's looking at things now, especially with the way everyone's been talking these past few conversations, is that everything seems to be like really fucking weird, and as long as no one's not to do it, like
Okay,
or
I
is he
just my
Wait, that
perspective
actually is the
is
shovel there. What the fuck?
is there not like we're the only ones at the saloon, right? There's 4 horses tied up right outside, all saddled and ready to go. Do they overtly belong to anyone? Are there like
Well, so
They're
if you'll
gonna-
notice, hold on, because if you'll notice, on the other side,
Oh, I
there's 3
noticed
more
the colors.
horses.
what?
On the other side, hitched up, there's
Uh-huh.
3 horses. There's 7 horses in total.
for
So
all
one
7
for
of
each
us?
of us.
It's things like that that makes Jack not worry about taking these horses. Like I said, they seem spared.
Joe goes and
You
she's
find a
making
shovel
friends
rook.
with the gray on the end. And she,
Is Cassia still in the bar?
Yeah.
Jim's just gonna nip in. Just ask. like he's just like really confused about why. We could just ask.
It's I love the difference in the fucking what's the phrase for that? Like the temperament of these characters. Whereas James and everyone, James, Jack, and everyone just like, get the horses ready. He's like, for the bit, everyone's like, why? These aren't our horses. It's like, and the rest of the so. No, the Reverend goes, these aren't our horses. The rest of the group goes, so.
Don't covet
What's
another
your
man's
point?
property. Don't covet another man's property.
Okay, Rook comes back and he throws James the shovel. As if,
James is gonna load it into the saddle that he's working on. Like
Perfect.
similar how you would load a rifle, just like slide it in between the saddle and the horse.
And he goes all the way round and steals borrows a different horse.
Literally, Jim's gonna be like just like put his arms on the swing doors and just be like, Cassius, just outside.
Mm.
Just outside. Are they for hire or? I mean, we'll be coming back.
I mean, if you're just borrowing them for a spell, I don't imagine it would be too much of a fuss for you to just take them.
All right then. Just wanted to ask permission first before seeking forgiveness. Much obliged.
I guess otherwise I was going to go across the street and get the buckskin or the dun that are standing over there.
That shit just works how Valentine does. That's great. I love that. Can you like put our little tokens on top of the little set? Is there any way you can, like,
I could, but it's gonna be for such a short amount of time. I'm not doing that.
Okay,
Would the character models actually get on the horses? We were playing little people.
No. I had to kind of like jerry rig them up a little bit. It worked, but like, so here I'll show you.
It was jank.
It was
I
jank.
imagine they were just standing with the horse like in between their legs.
So, can I pull this out? So it starts like that, right? And then like I would have to
Yeah.
move them down a little bit.
Oh
It
my
is.
goodness, great.
It's the right fucking.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's
guy.
exactly what I thought it was.
Oh shit!
Hilarious.
Let me get my stuff up here.
That thing is way more terrifying than the fucking token.
It's just like this T-posed figure on
Yeah.
top of.
I saw a fucking
Rook rides to like the
decomposing
middle of
sand
the street.
skeleton, like a decomposing sand horse rider. I'd be terrified as shit.
All right.
Not
So
like
as
this.
you ride towards the sun, oh, hold on. Something strange has happened.
Oh, yep.
I
It's
think I
like
went to
you
the wrong
lost connection
one.
or something. Oh,
No, I'm like in a wall.
Well, me when it's
There we
about
go.
if
Here we
anything
are.
dodged
Just spawned me in a wall. That's where the
What the
camera's
fuck
like.
is
Yeah,
this
hold
spooky shit?
on. Hold on.
This is a spooky graveyard.
What in the Beetlejuice is this? What the
Hold on,
fuck?
'cause
Horseshoe
this is-
graveyard.
This is
Oh.
fucking up
Ooh.
with me. Hold on. I might have to fucking give me a second. I might have to.
It's like a fucking. It's like a nightclub fucking graveyard. What the fuck? All the pub.
in the dawn
I'd rave. I'd rave here for sure.
Yeah, this is
Dude,
like
there
a
we go.
Playboy
Would be-
card. It's like a Playboy cardi
Okay.
kind of thing.
All right. So the perspective is meant from here. Okay, just for context.
okay.
Going
It
forward.
do be a horseshoe looking at the mouth.
All right. As you ride towards the sunset, it begins to gradually get a little bit darker, as one would expect it to. Eventually, your journey will lead you down somewhat of a little bit of a canyon path, and it comes to a point where you have stumbled upon a cemetery. As you approach the cemetery, an unsettling silence wraps around you, broken only by the soft rustling of the wind. Thick fog rolls across the ground like a spectral river, swirling around your ankles. With each careful step, the path ahead winds through the gloom and eerie lights. However, just above the earth, casting an ethereal glow, are orbs of deep violet light.
What?
Long shadows stretch and twist among the rows of weathered wooden crosses, dancing in the dim lights as if moved by unseen hands. The air feels heavy, as though the cemetery itself watches your every move. The path leading down the center of the cemetery, bordered by uneven rows of crooked crosses that lean as if whispering secrets to each other, and each cross bears the scars of time.
There's just floating orbs of light.
You can see that there's light cast by some sort of unnatural orb.
Okay.
A sphere, if you will.
A sphere, a circle, a globe.
I feel like it. Never mind. I turned my camera and noticed something.
I can't see any of the tokens. Is that the same for everyone else?
That's fine. The tokens aren't here. It was it's such a small map. I was like, it's pointless. Why bother?
That's fine. It's fine. I just
Eater of the mind. James would take the shovel and just he has his shotgun held by the barrel in one hand, the shovel just resting over his shoulder in the other. He's gonna begin walking towards the end, towards the main graves in between the rows here.
Okay. In the back of the cemetery, a prominent row of 7 headstones stands, each uniform in size and shape, stark against the shadowed landscape. As you draw nearer, names etched into stone become unmistakable. You'll have to give me a minute to make some things visible to all of you.
Okay.
Cool.
Is that other text on the headstones meant to be visible, by the way?
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Ooh.
Let's move all this red up.
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh, that ain't good.
Oh.
Oh, fuck with any of this bullshit.
Oh man.
Okay, Rook's walking with him, by the way, just a couple steps behind James.
If
To the middle.
anyone remembers, Joanna did introduce herself as Smith, Joe Smith, when she arrived at the saloon. So if anyone remembers, they might go, "Who's Roan?"
You probably be wondering who the fuck Jack and James are.
Yeah, they're like, Who the fuck is William J. Powell William Bottom?
The names etched into the stone become unmistakable. Your names, etched deep into the weathered surfaces, a chilling testament to your fate. Beneath each name, the same date of death looms ominously, a grim reminder that you are not just here to visit, you are the departed. The air thickens with each step, heavy with the weight of unconfessed sins and the profound silence of your finality. Each headstone carries not just a name, but a haunting verse that echoes the essence of your sins.
Is the date on it? Just by question. Is it?
It's just a date. It's just a date.
Is it all? It's all the same day. You said?
But they are all the same date. Yep, you all died on the same day.
What? God damn it! I missed the fucking confirmation that we were dead. But whatever. I already assumed as much. Yeah. Yeah. I guess James would just walk up to the one with his name on it. And
Sure.
crouch down to read the verse, like wipe the dust off the grave and the headstone and read what it says.
You can go ahead and read that out loud for us.
Their tongue is as deadly as a deadly arrow. Speaks deceitfully with their mouths. They all speak cordially to the neighbors when their hearts to set traps for them. Jeremiah 9:8.
And as you approach your grave, you start hearing a few different whispers kind of flowing into your mind. The thrill of conquest dances on the edge of a knife, but remember, James, every desire fulfilled carries the weight of a price. You're driven by desire, but that lust can consume you. Will you be remembered, or will you fade into the dust, just another lost soul? A shootout in San Francisco left you craving more, but what will you find in perdition? A chance at redemption or a deeper descent?
Is anyone nearby James as he's walked up to the grave? Is anyone?
I would have walked up there with you too.
Yeah, Joe would have walked up with the group. I'm just.
In a way, in my mind, I suppose we all kind of like were drawn to our graves.
Is that the case? Because Joe would react pretty much as soon as she saw it. Hers.
You know, like this hole was made for me, kind of thing. You just kind of.
I mean, if you have all walked up to your graves, I will go ahead and rattle off what your characters are hearing. Okay. Jack Potters. Remember that day you met July, a spark of hope in a world of darkness. But that dream on of the riverboat, it feels more like a mirage now, doesn't it? You survived that massacre, but at what cost? Luck has a way of running dry when greed takes the reins. In the heat of jealousy, you pulled the trigger. Now every game is a gamble with fate, but fate remembers the stakes you laid. Jim Addison hears, you sought to be a beacon for the needy, yet here you stand, a flickering candle in a tempest. Have you truly been the light that you promised to be? You wear your faith like armor, but pride can be a heavy burden. How many souls have you overlooked in your quest to save the world? Your upbringing taught you to reach for the heavens, but look around. How many are left behind in your eyes? Is your faith a ladder to heaven or a wall to others? Rook hears, look around, Rook. All these souls lost to fate, yet here you stand, a witness to their demise. Why do you remain when they have found peace? Every shot fired echoes with the memories of the fallen, yet you stand alone, yearning for a chance to join them. Why must you be the last? While others have found their rest, you are condemned to wander. Will you let envy consume you, or will you carve a new fate from their memories? And then Joanna hears, the world remembers a widow's wrath, Joanna. You've become the ghost in the night, but you can't truly sate your thirst for vengeance without losing yourself. They say a mother's love is eternal, but what happens when that love turns to hatred? Can you truly avenge the loss of your child without becoming a hollow vessel? Every machine you sabotage bears the weight of your grief. Are you tearing down the empire that took everything from you? Or are you simply adding more to the ruins?
So as Jack hears these voices, as he's hearing all this, and he's getting hit with a rush of memories as it all comes to him, he's going to slowly kind of collapse a little bit to his knees and hold his hat in his hands over his chest. And he's looking down. He looks fucking sad. He is hurt. It'd be the only time I think it would be the first time anyone's seen him not kind of look bored or way too happy to be gambling. Because we know there's only 2 points. He clearly looks very distraught by what he's heard, or by what he's looking at.
Yeah, James, on the other hand, is just gonna stay standing. He's gonna look up to the air. He's just gonna say a couple words because Jack's right next to him.
Joanna would wheel around it to face everyone else, see what they're looking at, and who's playing jokes on us.
Jim's just shaking
How much
his
longer
head.
did you last, Jack? Jack, or no, Will? How much longer? That's all he's gonna say. You can go on now, Mick.
I'm gonna look up, not at Jack, but kind of look up at the sky and think, for as long as my luck could run, who knows?
Seems like you have more luck than I did. Yeah.
You can go on now, Meg. Sorry for interrupting you.
No. Jim's just shaking his head and so we're in the in-between then, where judgment is. So he was telling the truth then. He is a guide and he is a judge. Our souls are in turmoil.
I think a bit of like a sour laugh is gonna breach James for a bit. And he's just gonna call out to the rest of the group. How did you lot go? Any regrets or entertainments?
Would we remember now that we've seen this? Is that like a thing we could?
Sure,
The thing I heard explicitly. The thing I heard explicitly told me how I died.
Yeah, mine didn't tell me how I died or say anything like that. I was gonna ask, would there be kind of like a supernatural understanding, like that this is real, or like if your character's kind of doesn't believe this stuff, is still kind of shaken up by things.
James has just come to the opinion that this is actually happening.
I mean, that's kind of for your character to decide and decipher that if everything they have seen and experienced so far would confirm a certain feeling or not.
Do you send me with that whole little spiel there?
The whispers?
I remember. Yes.
Yeah.
I would request the same.
Sure.
Yeah.
Does everybody want it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot to go
Just
over.
shove it in the item list.
Yeah, I think I'm just
Put
gonna
that
do
in the
that,
thing.
honestly, because it's a lot.
Yeah.
Preach. No, that's good. I like that. Well, because yeah, we all wouldn't have heard it, but I would like to.
Yeah, you guys better not meta the fucking death monologue.
I am gonna take Vincent's out and Haskell's just because they're not here.
Oh.
And good luck explaining that to them next session,
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, I'm just not gonna bother. That's not my problem.
There you go. It's in the item list now.
Rook would storm over to James and just take the shovel, go back to his grave, and then start digging.
Oh, you beat me to it. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Motherfucker like snatch out. Yeah, he was like, no, I'm digging this shit up right now.
Within however
You're
long,
impatient, ain't you, Rook?
within however long it takes to dig up a grave, you will end up finding a pine box.
Oh shit! Now I don't know what to do. Fuck. No, it's true.
I love that you said it
Anyone
so
want to
easy.
bet on it being empty?
He was really hoping there was nothing there.
Yeah, but it is easy. I love the implication of yours, by the way, that it implies you somehow survived the shootout that they were both part of, where everyone else died, but still died on the same day.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. You got to figure out exactly how that worked. Attempting to make it funny.
Rook would like inspect the box, like put his hand on it, see if like there's anything he could decipher, like any weird whispers, any fucking I don't know. Is the wood like red or something? I don't know. I'm just like anything strange.
No, there's just nothing infernal here.
Like, as soon as, like, James is gonna walk over to Rook. Wait, so this is dug up now. He's kind of standing on the casket.
Mm-hmm. Also, like
James
kneeled on
is
it, like
gonna-
flicking.
Yeah, James is gonna grab Rook by the shoulder and yank him back. Stand back. And he's just gonna fucking shoot the shotgun into the casket to break it open.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Okay.
He's kind of unhinged at the moment. He's just come to the realization he died. He doesn't really care about consequences.
Okay, I guess the coffin gets blasted open then, is?
Yeah, I mean, it gets a shotgun blast through it, and it reveals...
It's just Rook dead.
It is. It's just a body that maybe didn't have a shotgun blast through it, but now it does.
Rook slowly looks towards Jack. What the fuck, James? I just wanted to see inside. I don't want to.
Now you can see
well, do that.
In fucking unison.
They've been around each other
You can
too
see
long.
He would like. It's kind of fucked, but he'd put his hand into the box, like looking, like observing the skeleton, seeing if there's any. Is it a skeleton or a body?
Just a corpse. Not quite a skeleton yet.
Oh,
does the corpse look like him?
Yes.
Like how like him? How like him are we talking?
It's unmistakably Rook.
What the fuck? Yeah, he like searches the body in the coffin, see if there's anything in it.
No. Just him, his corpse.
So,
which looks freshly dead. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, here's a more relevant question. How long ago is that date as per our recollection?
A few days.
Okay.
Whenever you arrived in Perdition, which I think you've done like one long rest overnight, if I recall correctly, so you've been in Perdition like 2 days.
Yeah, we've done one over.
We've done 2.
Yeah, so... Yeah, 2-3 days.
You've been here 2 and a... Yeah, okay.
I still can't believe this motherfucker just shot the fucking court. I don't even know where to go with that. That's crazy.
It's a fucking Evil Dead thing. Because I'm pretty sure that happens in Evil Dead.
Listen, I thought about shooting it, but then I thought, like, what if damage to the body? It's like a voodoo doll, and it like fucks me up, and you just blast it with a shotgun.
Well, no, I'm gonna look at the shotgun wound.
That would have been so much cooler.
And I'm gonna look at Rook.
Dies.
Well, that answers that question. Yeah, Rook. James is just gonna kind of sit on the lip of the pit where Rook's grave was, and I'm gonna ask again: how the hell did you lot go, and where?
You can totally remember, or you can just remain oblivious. It's up to you guys.
So Jack has now kind of repositioned himself, so he's sitting on his own grave, leaning his headstone. still holding the hat in his hand. He's leaning back and he's trying to think. He's making a face. He's clearly, evidently trying to remember about how he actually died. I remember all the fighting. I remember somehow not getting killed in that whole massacre. Bullets flying everywhere. I don't know. I'd already been pretty deep into that tournament by the time they got to me. Most of it was a blur. But all that was left was gun smoke and money, and well, I had my fill of the first, so I took my fill of the second and made my way out. I think my horse got spooked.
Oh, that would be fucking karma. You get away from a fucking massacre just to get crushed by your horse.
When my horse got spooked, I fell into a ravine. Everything went dark.
You kid.
But
Gesturing to Rook.
What'd you say? Sorry, I was thinking about.
I died the very classic wild RP way. I did something cool, and then as I left, I fucking shit on my horse immediately.
Died in an unrelated cause.
Yeah, that's exactly. And I immediately ran into the closest stump or fence and flew.
Yeah, that's literally every situations we ever had on that server, you and I.
So just to explain the scene, James is sitting like on the lip of the pit where your grave is, and looking down at you, and has asked you, "How the fuck did you go? Like, how did you go, kid?"
It just reminded me how much I hate riddles. Doesn't
That ain't
take,
answered
it doesn't.
my question.
That's the answer you're getting.
Don't gotta be taciturn now. What about you, Reverend?
I remember being angry, my chest hurting, and then darkness. So I think I had a heart attack.
Rather dull way to go.
I'm a reverend. God is my excitement.
So is anyone going to say anything about the fact that Buddy looks basically the same as me? Or am I just imagining things here?
Alright, James is gonna give you a cockeyed smile and say, "You haven't figured it out yet."
Well, what else do you expect to be in your grave? Someone else? Man, we should all be so lucky. Or maybe we are.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
but-
there is a few graves with our names on it. Bonham. Out there.
That's true. A few more without them.
I have the worst idea that's ever been had in a tabletop, but
Go ahead, go ahead.
Do it.
I don't know if I really fucked shit up.
You think
Do it.
Oh, fuck. Okay, Rook would look at his little vial of like silver shit, see if anything's happening, or if it's just like chill. Like any weird whispers, any like glowing
I know
silver,
what
we
you're
just.
Nope. Nothing weird
He
yet.
does like to gamble, does he?
Joanna will just kind of been quietly breaking down, kneeling on her grave. She's just kind of a mess over there. She's not answering questions. She's seen what's gone on and just kind of sitting against the stone now, staring blankly past
Yeah,
everyone.
I think Jim's probably doing the same after answering. He's just kind of quietly looking at his grave and kind of taking comfort in the Bible.
Okay, random question
Hmm.
for all of you, just because I need to know. This is gonna sound really fucked up, but it's for the RP. Let's say you had a corpse, right? Like, how would you like if you wanted it to like consume something? Like, how would you do that? You couldn't really could you like pour liquid down their throat? You could do that like hypothetically, right? With, you know,
Okay.
I don't know how
so
corpses work. Okay, I'm just
The way you would do that is you would stuff it deep into the back of their throat, and then you would have to massage it down their throat manually.
Or
It's fucking crazy.
You also have to
You
remember
could
that
pour-
he just got shot with a fucking
Yeah, I
shotgun
was-
too.
so you could just pour it directly into one of the holes that's inside him now.
I would say so. James would have been aiming like in a place where there wasn't likely to be a lot of body. So at most, it's going to be grazed. Is my
Okay, how fresh is the
went
body?
way I intended.
Like how
Like
okay.
within the last couple days.
Well, the body itself looks like it just died. Like there's no rigor mortis or anything like that that's happened.
Oh.
There's also like no wounds on the corpse for those of you who died from mortal wounding. It's just a dead plain body.
While you're fussing with yourself, hand me that shovel, Rook.
He throws the shovel towards James.
Bottom, give me a hand here. And James is gonna go about doing his own grave.
With what in my hands?
I don't fucking know.
I'll please. What, are you gonna get tired? You're already dead. You'll be.
Rude bastard.
Yeah, well.
Oh, some things never change. But yeah, I'm not gonna say William because both of these characters are called William. I'm just gonna continue using his pseudonym. James is gonna dig up his own grave.
Sure, the same thing happens. He'll get to a certain point, he'll find a pine box. That pine box will have a corpse in it that is him.
But did James shotgun that one as well?
No, I'm gonna pry this open with a shovel.
No, he's
Okay,
gonna be
no,
respectful to his corpse.
Rook walks over, pulls his navy, and just fucking shoots like 6 shots into the fucking.
I'm glad. I was gonna.
Well, I suppose that's deserved.
What is wrong with all of you?
Nothing fucking matters anymore.
He throws Joe the bottle of whiskey.
Jack's
thought
gonna
you might
laugh
need
in
this.
character as well. He's gonna find this whole thing very.
It's a full fucking joke, ain't it?
It always has been. Question is, who's telling it, isn't it?
I don't think that fucking matters anymore, does it?
It's about the only thing that does. Yeah, I agree. That's about the only thing I can agree with right now.
You see me here? I mean, James is gonna fucking kick the pine box. Here I am, stone fucking dead, yet I'm still having to talk to your sorry ass.
Man, I thought I'd left you behind, yet we rode in together.
That is a good damn question. I don't remember that. But
no.
Regardless, it's just a fucking joke. There ain't no point to any of this bullshit anymore. So why fucking bother?
Well, less a joke, more game, my friend.
His metaphor ain't gonna change because you use different words, Bonham.
Didn't need to. We were brought here. We were told to come here to find ourselves. For what? And we could ask ourselves this all day, but
Joe, where are you from? You remember? Where were you last? Remember?
Oh, sorry.
That's still where Joe.
Can you
was
say it again?
What about you, Joe? Where are you from? Where are you before? Where were you last before you were here?
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this, so I don't.
You can say literally anything. But
What do you mean?
Let's just say.
What does it even matter?
Curiosity.
Okay, well,
Some
I'm not
sort
going to
of-
satisfy your curiosity. She's like very upset. she's got like her eyes are red, tears running down her face. She's not having it.
This is the most emotive that you guys have seen James since you met him, by the way. Normally he's a bit more composed than this.
Jim's gonna like pat him on the shoulder and be like, "Lad, this is all a bit of a shock to us, I knew. We need to take a bit of time here. You lads are dealing it in your own way. I'm nae digging up my own grave, and the lassie's just here in a minute.
You can take this shovel, man.
I'm nae anybody else. I'm nae using it. I when I need it. I do not need to dig the grave.
I'll have fun with that.
Yeah, James is just gonna crouch over his open casket for a minute. And, yeah, Maple, have you figured out how you're gonna do what you're gonna do? Are you gonna make yourself eat the infernal silver?
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm that batshit nuts. I think I'm sure for that.
I will
Yeah, but here's the
say
thing.
right now, James, any whispering that he would have heard from having that token on his person, like that doesn't exist here. The whispering, like it has stopped.
Oh, god damn it, that prevents me from testing what I wanted to test.
What was that? I'm curious.
I was gonna like fucking hide the silver coin in my pocket and walk away and see if I still heard the fucking whispers.
Oh.
I always gotta test to see if there's any inherent connection between myself and my corpse.
Yeah, I think James is gonna climb out of his grave and dust himself off before like turning to the rest of the group and exclaim, "Well, since it's all out in the open now, I suppose some introductions are in order. My name is William J. Powell. This fuck over here is William Bonham.
I'm just gonna lazily wave.
Pleasure to officially meet you.
Whatever you would call this, I guess.
You can call me whatever you wish. But I don't fucking know." And
What name
with
would
that,
you go by? What name would you like to go by?
well, I suppose for ease of purpose, James would work for now.
Ain't no sense making things more confusing than they gotta be.
No,
keep it
when the
easy.
sheriff wakes up. When the sheriff wakes up, he's going to be mighty happy about it.
Well, he
Just
wakes
what
up
we're
to
not
have more
telling
important
him.
things.
He ain't here, is he?
We'll burn that bridge when we cross it.
Also, while they're talking, Rook's like wandering around the smaller graves, like trying to see if there's anything about them, trying to read if there's any names on them, blah 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 blah.
Nope. They are, aside from the crosses, unmarked. There's no identifying features on them.
Why do some of
James
them
is
have
gonna-
candles then?
James is gonna walk behind his gravestone and take a look at the back of the gravestone.
Sure. What does he find?
He finds the word lust, I'm assuming.
What you see is there, so you can do with that as you
Yeah.
Oh my
okay.
fuck, it's words on the back.
Yeah,
Oh my
I turned my
goodness.
camera.
Yeah, I was waiting for a good
Turns my
excuse to do
camera
that
and
too.
And I was like, no one else is doing it yet, so I'm just going to do it.
Oh, I've turned my camera all weird.
I didn't even notice. It's kind of dark, alright? It's hard to see.
Did you have an easy
I'm
time
bitch.
assigning these to everyone, or
Yeah, actually, once I got everyone's backstories, I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And I want you to know, like, this was never planned originally in the campaign at all. It's just there happened to be 7 players, and they happened to fit these stereotypes, and I was like, that's it. This is what we're doing.
Nice.
It's happening.
Nailed it. I love it. So Jack is he's gonna stretch real big. And he's gonna stand up, dust his coat off his mouth, fix his hat, and says like, "Well, I don't know about y'all, but I think I have my fill of cemeteries for the evening. I think I'd like to leave it as long as I can."
Let's say again, easy. Sorry, I do.
All right. Said I'd like to head to my fellow cemeteries, and if I'm able to leave it, I'd like to use that ability as much as I can.
But I'd rather not keep myself uncovered. I don't know about Rook here.
I was about to say, hear me out. What if we swapped the boxes in each grave?
Do you understand how heavy a casket is, boy?
There's like
Having
5
done
of
this,
us.
I
We
think.
could live a casket.
I'd rather not, especially not without a fucking.
What do you,
What are those called? The poles.
Pollard?
No, I got no
No.
idea.
Paul?
I don't know.
Bull
Regardless.
bearers?
No, that's the people holding.
No,
What are the
that's
poles
people.
called?
No idea.
Whatever.
Rook leaves his grave, just to clarify. He leaves it
The thing
open.
you use to carry a casket. But yeah, James is going to begin working to he's going to close the casket and begin working to refill the grave.
Rook would also walk around the graves and read all the other ones. He's nosy like that.
Yeah.
Joe would eventually stand up and wander close to the Reverend, grab him by the arm.
And Joe will take her arm and pat him on the pat.
My husband, my child. Would they be here?
I'm not sure, my dear. I expected to see my wife if I was here. But she might still be living. I don't know. I can't remember what happened. But we'll take comfort in the good book. We'll set up a prayer for them. Yes? Trust in the Almighty.
Doesn't seem nothing makes sense or reason now. Too late
That's
to
why.
trust, Reverend.
That's why you have to keep the faith, young lass. Keep the faith. Trust in his word.
I
We'll
ain't no
sit there.
good person, Reverend.
Not all of us are. We've each were in demons and struggles. It's enduring we have to do. And we'll endure a little bit more. Come, we'll have a cup of tea. We'll maybe hear a prayer, aye?
I'm speaking Moon Man to get to the point.
I did not actually say that.
Joe doesn't really have a response. She's just pretty emotional.
And Jim's just going to take her by the arm and just like guide her back to the horses and that. We'll leave now.
She'd let him.
Is everyone heading out then?
Yep.
Yeah. Before I leave, I'm gonna reach into one of my many little inside little coat pockets and pull out it's a little pouch, and I'm gonna pull out one die, in particular. Very easy to reach out and put it. It's very nondescript, but it looks old. Like you wouldn't. It's kind of fucked up looking. You wouldn't play with it. You know what I mean? But it's just old, beat up die, and place it right there on the grave as I leave.
Okay.
All right. Then you all travel back to town. Did you move back over?
On the way back, James bleeds out from 6 revolver shots to the chest.
Can't
Just
bleed out
fucking
if you've
face
already done it.
No, just fucking face plants into the sand.
Oh, it would have been so good if, like, when you shotgun blasted the body, like Rook flew backwards.
Listen, luckily the
sad
shotgun
watch.
blast was just a graze. We're okay, as he
True.
said himself.
Ironically, all Rook has done is made the body look how it looked when he actually died.
True.
Because James died in a shootout. He got shot.
Presumably by Jack Potters.
No. You don't know that.
How else would the
you're
fuck
getting
we
power
use your
games.
eyes?
Listen, that's meta. That's meta. That's I'm gonna have to report you for fail or P.
Okay, we come back to town. Is anything different? Is it same? Has time passed? Like, what's the vibe?
It is largely the same.
Eerily the same. I'd wager.
So, what now? I've run out of metaphors. What now, Father?
Well, that lad was going to be coming to meet us. Tell us a bit more information.
I think James does in fact say that, by the way, in character.
I run out of metaphors. What do we do?
No, I've
No,
run
I'm
out of
gonna-
metaphors. What now, Father?
I've run out of liquor. I know what I'm gonna do.
Jim, go ahead and roll a religion check for me.
Ooh.
Gosh, not the religion.
Religion check. Eyes going up.
By the way.
We're looking for a difficulty
That's
check
fine.
of 10.
My brain has gone blank on what skill that is.
Intelligence.
Walk
I
up to
believe.
the bar.
It's either intelligence or wisdom.
Oh, what skill?
Religion?
Intelligence.
Okay, that's right.
Intelligence.
First time.
Okay. Okay, that's no pluses. Oh. Sad times. I should not maybe have rolled in the bar.
Okay, well,
No, nothing. Jim sees nothing, senses nothing. He is oblivious.
okay. All right.
I'm gonna use an inspiration on this.
I was going to say, you have inspiration.
Okay, everybody talked at once there. What was that?
I was gonna say I'll burn enough fucking inspiration on that. I feel like I need Jim to say something good here.
I
a
will
good
turn
moment
my
for him.
camera. I will turn my camera away.
There we go. All right. So as you ride
Apparently
back,
James knows.
are you gonna re-roll, Meg?
Oh,
Wait. I mean, you have inspiration if you want to. It's up to you.
yeah, I might as well.
Okay.
Ooh.
Finally. Okay.
It'll be
So
16.
as you rode back into town and walked past the clock in the center of the town, it's still
Ooh.
stuck at 2012. So 812. A passage comes up in your mind. That is Revelations 2012. I'm going to send that to you.
Fucking down the first session. I fucking wrote that down. So I was like, I need to look that up, and I've lost a page.
I just sent it to you in
Talking about,
DMs.
Yes.
If we want to talk about shit that we wrote down ahead of time, the end of the first session, I went to Lacey. So we're all dead, right?
I know, I was just like, I can't believe they figured it out already. Meg already knew. She's known for a while because she knew the concept of Devil's Cradle before it was ever fucking tabletop. So it's like,
Let me go back and read what my predictions were. 1 second.
I forget what he said something. I was just like, "Oh, we
campaign
did."
ruined for me. Have I got that? Did I just get meta spilled?
do what?
Did I just get meta spilled?
No, you just weren't
Okay.
listening.
I had written down the time, and I was like, right, she's giving me a chapter and a verse and not a book, so I need to figure out what book it is. And I was like, fucking Revelations. Knew it. And I saw.
Yeah, that would make
Here is the I'm gonna put this in voice chat. Here is the prediction I sent Lacey at the end of the first session.
Also, no, you didn't get meta spilled, Maple. It was flat out said earlier.
Yeah, I literally said, you are the departed.
Yeah, we are dead. That has been confirmed.
You just dug up your body.
I don't know. Maybe there's a guy that looks very similar. Could be.
No, it is just you.
Brooke actually has a twin.
18th century fucking plastic surgery.
That's a twin. That's the law you guys didn't know about.
Okay, so describe to me how I get this passage by walking past. The passages come to me as I'm walking past.
Yeah, it's kind of like, a little bit of an epiphany. You're walking by it. These things have all happened to you in a succession. It kind of just pops into your mind that 2812 is 2012, and that could be the verse in a book. How you get to Revelations is your own revelation.
I think
it is a revelation about 2012, therefore it must be a revelation.
I think given that Jim's time has ended and he's been faced with that reality, he will probably think about the end of times and the rise of the Antichrist and things, which I'm going to have to read up on a bit more because it's been a while.
Sorry to reopen your religious trauma.
No, it's fine.
Genuine question as someone who doesn't practice religion. How the fuck is that set up anyway? Is it all because I know there's different books. Is Revelations, are they actually physically different books, or are they different chapters within the Bible?
No. So every book has been written by a person during the time period or is a reflection of the time period. So you have the New Testament, which is written by the disciples of Jesus, whereas the Old Testament is written by prophets and priests and scribes of the Jewish faith as time went through, as their time period. So every book, every chapter is a book on its own. So Matthew is what Jesus did. James is what Matthew did with Jesus. Paul is basically how Jesus taught his message, kind of thing. So each book is slightly different.
Well, it's more different perspectives.
Yeah,
it's different people all writing from their perspective.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
And then you have the Old Testament and the New Testament, and the covenant was what Jesus did for to the cross. He took all the sin, and that was the way that the world was basically purged of sin and could attain their soul in heaven, kind of thing, if they blow yeah, there's so much stuff.
Well, thank you for answering.
And I was in an extreme cult. I was brought up in an extreme cult, so but yeah, it was fun.
You would be the second person I know that was in a Catholic cult.
Oh, it's not Catholic. It wasn't Catholic. It was imagine Kenneth Copeland but Scottish. So yeah, so proper knee deep evangelical. I didn't listen to secular regular music until I was 12. I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't allowed to do Halloween.
Damn pagan religions.
Yeah, pretty much. Santa Claus didn't exist. Yeah, it was fun. But yeah.
As a side note, when I can't unhear the name Copeland, I don't remember what it's from. It's just someone shouting Copeland.
It's the guy that was on he was on US TV, he was blowing COVID away.
He literally looks like a demon.
I know who he is. There's something from a TV show where there's a character named Copeland, and I can't remember what the fuck he was.
Yeah, like him. There's a guy called Benny Hill who's like a big all-time healer guy. My mum used to watch him all the time on the God channel. Like seriously.
Benny Hinn, not Hill.
Oh, is it Benny Hinn? I always
I know Benny Hill. I would join a Benny Hill cult. All right, I think I would willingly. If there was a cult that would get me, a Benny Hill cult might get.
Benny Hinn is the guy who they edit his coat into a lightsaber as he's slaying. Start smacking him with the coat.
Yeah.
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 Well, thank you. I don't practice religion, so I genuinely didn't know any of that.
I'm agnostic now. I'm not. I don't prescribe to any faith. I don't believe in organized religion. I believe something exists, but I don't believe it has any interest in us.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. That's where I'm at. With
Oh yeah, my general stance is even if there is something, it doesn't really affect us. It doesn't.
If there's a god, it better have some like good vibes. Like I don't fuck with
I
any of the other
imagine
ones.
it's a crazy scientist, and we're just a science experiment that's just taken on our life its own. And he's just all right. On you go. Enjoy chaos.
Oh, I have a video to send you. 1 second, Mac.
I'm big on the great clockmaker kind of thing, you know, where he's like, it made it, and it was like cool, and then moved on.
Just walked away.
Yeah, it was like it made the thing. It runs itself. Yeah, I did it. I made the machine of life. On to the next thing.
Yeah, I created this thing that can evolve on its own, and nature will take its course, and
you just
yeah, I don't need to look after it.
Exactly. I think that's what happened. And that's totally fair. I'm good with it.
The world is big enough people are complex enough to accept that there are multiple ways to understand that kind of aspect of life. You don't necessarily need to ascribe it to a deity kind of figure. In my thinking, I think, because we could all just be specks of the universe, and eventually, those specks will come back together again, in some way or form.
Denialism.
It's interesting to hear. I am a practicing Christian.
Here, my best friend is still practicing as well. Like we grew up in the cult together, and she's not in it anymore, but she's still fully practicing Christian.
Power to you to be able to still believe in faith after getting out of something like that.
Each person's experience is different, I think.
That's right.
I grew up. My dad is atheist, but my mum is a hardcore Bible bash. Well, she's not so bad anymore, but when I was growing up, it was very controlled, very restricted. My dad worked away a lot, so he wasn't the main parent, so to speak. Whereas my friend, all of her entire family was in the church. Her parents were elders. They had a quite authoritative stance, not as high as like other people within the church, but they had like, for our local church, they were like one of the higher authorities. However, she was an artist, and they always knew she was an artist. So I don't know if they had like a different like if the roles would be reversed, I think she would have had like the same reaction I did, whereas I might have had a different reaction with her parents, whereas other parents were a lot more strict. And then you had like the ministry, like the minister himself, and like the authority, and then everything would trickle down from there. But yeah, not everybody who used to be in it that I still like have contact with. Not all of us have the same experience. Yeah, it's interesting, but
yeah. Apologies for entirely derailing.
Yeah, it's fun to draw on for like, games and stuff. Sorry, revelations.
Yeah, I don't even know where y'all were going before all that. Besides, like, having Jim have this, no pun intended, revelation.
It's a revelation about revelations.
I need to bring back up your message. Actually, I think he would probably quietly mutter it to himself, like enough to be overheard. So, you might have to do it for me because I'm I don't have a mouse for this laptop. You can just put it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the voice chat too. Screw it.
Maneuvering between two laptops here.
I hate those voice chats.
Yeah,
You hate many things, Ember.
that's true.
No, I don't.
Mostly anything.
We all
Ember's,
do, honestly.
Ember's making a good point here. Okay, other than this one.
No, I don't like these.
I'll read it. I'll read it out as well. I'll read it as well.
I
I
like
saw
the utility of them.
Yeah, no problem.
And I saw the dead, great and small, standing before the throne, and books were opened. Another book was opened, which was the book of life. The dead are judged according to what they have done, as recorded in the book. And we've been recorded in the book.
James is just gonna I'm assuming the Reverend sits down at one of the tables.
Yeah.
James is just gonna sit across from him, and after he's done muttering this to himself, and so who's the judge?
Well, God judges us all. He's the one true judge.
I reckon if God were judging us, we would already see the results. And if that is the case, well, I suppose that we are indeed in hell. Is that a
Or,
sound thought to you, Reverend?
or this is a test for our souls. And we're each on the precipice. Maybe he's offering us a last chance.
As just as he finishes that sentence, Jack is gonna hit the table, the bar table just a little bit, clap his hands, and perk up real high, and say, "Well, if I got a chance, I'm gonna take it. I saw my grave, and not many people get to walk away from that one. I'm gonna grab, let's see, five of us. I'm gonna take all five in between my hands, like you would at a bar. As many shots as I can muster, and walk up around to everybody and start depositing to them.
Well, if you're looking to change your ways, lad, whiskey isn't going to help you here. Only clean living.
Clean living's for the living. We're already dead, my friend.
We're dead. What difference does anything make at this point?
Well,
And
if
if
we're
this is-
being judged, everything.
That I can agree with. As I said, we're here for something. Getting too down over it's only going to make things hard. So drink up. The dice are still rolling.
Joe would just stare at the glass of whiskey in her hand.
James would pick up the shot glass and raise it to Jack, like in the style of like the cheers and then take the shot. Can't remember what that's called. To shoot it.
I'd match, do the same thing. You just hold up, hit the table.
Yeah.
And I'd also put my finger up in a circle, line up for another one.
Here, you can hear mine.
If your God is testing us, well, he is far more forgiving than I've ever heard.
Well, God is love.
God is also wrath.
Aye. But he gives his children chances. Think of Noah. He rescued his family, all the animals of the world. Warned them before the downpours happened. Noah listened. Everybody laughed at him. But Noah survived.
Joe would put her glass of whiskey back down on the bar.
Question is, who's Noah in this story exactly?
What, the story of Noah?
And then our story.
Ah,
Are we the animals in the flood, or have we been warned?
we're children of God, lad. We're nae the sheep.
I was gonna be clever and quote a different story of the Bible back, but I can't remember the name of the guy from it. It's
What
Job?
story are you thinking of?
I think it's Job. It's the
Mm,
the thing I remember about it is the goats and the kids dying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's Job. That's Job, yeah.
That's usually the one.
Job was tried and tested by God and refused to set him aside regardless of what came to him. Like, he lost everything, even his health, all of it, all his family,
Yeah.
riches, everything, but God rewarded him at the end of it all. And it's not about the destination, lad. Job knew where he was going. He was following the plan. The journey helped mold him towards that plan that God had for him. Only through trials and tribulations and testing can you realize the plan.
Oh,
I suppose I'll have to humor you this time, Reverend. And James will just slide like the new shot in front of him over towards Jack.
I'm gonna grab it and slam it in one motion. I'm not really too worried about it.
So, what next?
Do you know
We're-
what's
we're-
out there, Cassius?
Oh,
You gonna just look over to the barman.
I suppose that depends on what you mean.
I think you know what we mean, Cassius, my lad.
Pickles and games, and graves with names. Jack's starting to get a little drunk now.
What the fuck's that from?
Nothing. I just said that.
Okay.
He's a
I've heard
poet.
that before.
yeah, it's
Yeah. Jack's just gonna continue drinking. He's not slamming the liquor, but he's drinking it.
Cassius doesn't deny knowledge of it, but he's also just not going to be like, yeah, I totally know about the graves. It's just kind of like a silent.
Okay then, humor me this if you're gonna play coy like that. If you were a fella in one of our situations, just coming to town, seeing all this strangeness, and then you go out there and you see that, what do you think you would do? Do you have to
I think
roll
I
anything
would
for that?
take advantage of the opportunity.
I'll drink to that.
Opportunity to do what?
That's for you to decide, isn't it?
Whether we
one
save our
here.
soul.
No one can make that decision for you. You are each in control of your own destiny to some extent.
James is just gonna lean back
more
in
than
his chair.
others.
James is just gonna lean back in his chair, like look up towards the ceiling, and just
Oh, Bonham, you think it's our turn yet?
I don't think so. I think we're still waiting to be told how to play just yet.
Suppose that answers that. And he's gonna lean back forward with like a jolt.
So, what do you not want to do?
he's kind of like if how to describe this? If you've ever seen like this not the stance, like the sitting position of like an experienced gambler when they're leaning forward at the table. That's what James is looking like right now.
He's got his like hands bridged.
Yeah.
Yeah. leaning on his hands a little bit.
And he's currently eyeing the other three who are sitting across the table from him.
Cassius isn't going to look up from the glass he is drawing, but he is going to say, "You speak of trials, and one of you already has the key for the first." And he kind of glances briefly to James, but enough that anybody who looks up would be able to see that James obviously has something of some value.
I guess I'm caught when I'm caught.
And he's just gonna flick his hand forward, and the coin is gonna skitter. The coin is gonna like slide out of his sleeve onto the center of the table between the lot of them.
As it stumbles out, Jack will kind of saunters the way over. He's got a little sway in his step now. Still holding on to the bottle. He's gonna reach in as you're saying that and grab it.
So unlike when they were in the mine, he will not have the vision that they all had back at the ritual site, but he will start hearing whispers encroaching on him that were very similar to when he touched the infernal silver vein.
Do they say anything decipherable?
Not to any of you, no.
Okay.
So does who? So do I hear that, or does James, or does?
It'll be
James
you
do that?
because you're touching the coin right now,
Okay.
the token.
So as it's happening, it's gonna, what's it exactly? The Pirates of the Caribbean thing, where he was like playing with the coin, kind of.
Oh, it's
the big
quarter rolling. Your quarter.
Yeah, quarter rolling. Yeah, dude, the big reveal there. He's kind of drunk, and he'll flick it back onto the table, and kind of flex his hand a little bit after it leaves.
So we have a coin to play.
How educated is James? 1 second. What is his intelligence? He has an intelligence 14. He would probably know about.
So we have the coin to play Charon. Charon?
Chiron? No.
Charon?
Karen.
Charon.
Regardless.
The boatman.
Coin. Yeah. We have the coin to play the riverboat. So where is the ferryman? Any ideas?
Take that as a no.
Other than that, fella, what's his name? Thaddeus.
We're
an
still waiting
idea.
for Thaddeus to come around so we could get more information from him.
So I just keep forgetting everyone's fucking names. It's hard for me to.
Write him down.
So I got here as we were talking to Thaddeus. Who was he?
Just a historian who was talking to Miss Ling or Miss Lin, whatever.
Malin.
Mei Lin, who was super fucking dodgy.
She's terrified.
No, I was talking about him. I meant him. He's super dodgy.
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
But
he barely.
I think I have an idea of who our ferryman might be.
and as he says that, James is going to pick up the coin. What was the name of the person that we were told about who like comes and goes from town?
Oh, I've got it down.
Lila Kent.
Yeah, Lila Kent.
Yeah, Lila Kent.
Thaddeus is bringing us things of hers when he arrives, because he's going to look for it. That's why he's taking so long.
And we also have okay, I can think of 3 things to do with this coin. One of them involves Lila Kent, potentially. One of them involves our friend the Watcher, who I'm assuming that you guys saw before I got here. And the third one involves going back into that mine. So if you want to wait for Thaddeus, I'm open to that.
I think there's no harm in waiting for Thaddeus and then going.
Yeah.
Doing.
How long have we been gone? I should have ostensibly.
I think
probably around an hour or so. Maybe
We've
hour
all
and a
had a
half.
long day.
Yes.
I think
Wait.
I think at the mention of waiting, James is just gonna say, "We literally have nothing but time."
It's true.
But yeah, do we just want to? I suppose we're just waiting for Thaddeus then, Lacey.
Okay. Give me a second.
I think it's Chiron. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Maybe.
This one.
Yeah. Regardless.
Oh, that scared me. What-
Should've looked at this one.
I just saw the name slide. Like I don't know what was popping up on my screen.
That's very amusing to me.
Does anyone else just see Robin Williams' face in Thaddeus, by the way?
Now that you say it.
I mean,
just looked
sad.
very
That wasn't
AI to me.
intentional.
Damn it, yeah, now that you say it, it does look just like him alone.
He just looks
It looks like
really
He's a kindly old
happy
man.
and nice. Yeah, I just really like him.
very happy. He looks like a very disheveled reverend as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Trying to figure out the best way to get this to y'all. You know what? It's fine. I'm gonna make
side
another.
question. Side question, Lacey. Is the classical painting upstairs relevant, or is that just a painting? Does like what we see there matter at all?
Maybe.
It's more of a question: is the painting true to what it is in the tavern, like in the thing, or is it just a image of a painting? Okay.
Yes. It's
Oh,
it's everything has intention. That's custom import like that.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
pretty
yeah.
sure that's a painting of Dante's Inferno.
Okay, in game. Okay. Thaddeus comes roaming in after some time. He is a little bit short of breath, like he has been just working his little man self off. It's but he greets you all with a smile, and he's happy to see that you're all here. He's like, oh, good news. I found the piece that I have that I promised for you. And it is a leather-bound journal that has been written in and well used. It's not overly old, it's just been very well used, and you can tell whoever used it very thoroughly. This is one of Miss Kent's journals. She has others. I don't know where they are or what they contain. But this might help in some of the things that you're looking for.
James would walk up and take a look at the journal.
Okay. There's a lot here. Let me try. That's just
In-game
it
text.
doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter if it's a text file. Yeah, that'll be fine. That works.
Expand 60 lines.
Ooh.
Oh, she's a spiritualist. Oh god, this is long.
Yes,
Did you say that I see?
No, I do not. Fun fact, this is the right time period for spiritualism to be very popular in the United States. Alright. No way that I can wrap this text. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, unless you download it and open it in a a text document. I guess I could have put it in a Google Doc. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Can you do it like that? Download it. Second. There we go.
I'm just gonna download this so I can read it.
Yeah.
Message.txt. View. All right, no, format. Word wrap. There we go.
That was all in character.
What are you talking about?
The whispers.
The whispers is meant to make.
They speak in riddles. Riddles of the unknown.
Riddles of the future, the past, the present. It's all at once. I've seen my body, friend. Have you seen yours?
Dreams every night of something called a Google Doc. I don't know what it is.
There's gods above us watching down from above. They depict our every action. Well, there's no free will. Even this is just the fodder of entertainment for beings beyond us. While he's reading this, he's gonna look up the Thaddeus. What was her name? Lila?
Lila, yeah.
Lila is still around, yes?
As far as I know, I haven't heard anything otherwise. Like I said, I
Is
saw her
anyone
not
else?
but 3 or 4 weeks ago.
She would kind of come and go often.
Yes. She's always off on some adventures of investigation of some sort.
That is good to know.
I just have a thought. Okay, has anyone else seen? Have you shown anyone else this, Thaddeus?
Just truly just the people in this room and Miss Aline.
Okay. Alright, yeah, James is gonna quickly read this and then hand it off to whoever wants it while I actually read it in real life. I get the feeling that Lila might still be alive.
That's why I asked. I was like, huh.
Wait, did he say that out loud?
No.
No.
Okay.
Specifically, it's the fact that she leaves and comes back, and what's written in the journal, combined with what's written in the journal.
Let me see that.
Hey, I'd hand it over to you.
While that's happening, Jack is gonna be still at the bar, starting to look. He's in his cups now. He's feeling it, and he's gonna wide arms and very warm smile. Thaddeus, you old so and so, come have a drink. Come.
Hopefully not as much as you've had.
Please, it's been a wonderful day. It's been nothing but good news. Come on now. Pour him a shot.
True.
Canonically, you've had 5 shots of whiskey so far, and going in for like your 6th or 7th.
Oh, I'm going in, baby. To life.
Indeed, to life.
Speaking of, old man, how long have you lived here? You said.
Oh, since I was a boy.
Really?
Yes.
So you came here from somewhere else? Where'd you live? If you remember.
I want to say he's kind of looking up, trying to remember because it's been so damn long. I believe somewhere around Wyoming territory.
Not bad territory. I've been there before.
Bit cold from what I remember.
I'm gonna wait for him to take a couple of shots and get like a little into his way there. And I'm gonna ask him a question. So just let me know whenever I'm good to ask that question.
Thaddeus, go ahead, and he doesn't really take him as shots. He's just going to more kind of savor his drinks a little bit, but it won't take him too long to get to 2. And his cheeks get a little bit more flushed Is the alcohol gets to him a little bit. And he gets a little
Yeah.
happier than he already is.
I'll be chatting him up, telling him stories of places I've been, asking, nothing in particular. Now that I've
Mhm.
picking up on what James eyeing him a little bit, knowing what's going on. So now I'm really trying to get Thaddeus to drink a little.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And as soon as like it become Thaddeus, my good man,
Yes.
humor me this for a moment.
Mm.
I just need to fill out some paperwork, and I might forget for well, the drink hasn't done me too much favors either. Do you remember what the year is?
The year. It's 1980s something. I don't think we're in the 90s yet.
19?
What?
Said 1980?
Oh, did I say 1980s? That's not what I meant. 1880s. We're definitely not in the 1980s. I'm definitely not.
In time in the future.
Thaddeus is definitely
haven't
not a cocaine
traveled via DeLorean.
Yeah, I'm already 2 and I've lost my senses already. I can't drink anymore. Getting the date. The year. I'm 100 years ahead of schedule.
Well, Thaddeus is the best.
I don't believe it's the 90s yet, he said.
Well, it's still true. I don't believe it's the 1890s. There will be no surge of boy bands or pop punk girl bands.
Oh my god.
Wait,
What?
no, this is a better question. Wasn't the start date of this campaign 1865?
No.
Oh, 1885.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
It was like 20 years after the Civil War.
Yeah. Sorry, I may or may not have also be prepping a Wild West themed game that takes place in 1865. Alright. Well, is this? I'll leave you to your drinks then. Thank you for humoring me.
Of course.
Drink's doing me no favors tonight. But how long ago do you reckon that journal was written? Like, when did she give you that?
Oh, she's been going down this rabbit hole for the past year.
Is that the first one?
It's the first one I know of.
Why do you have access to her journal?
Yeah, she left it behind for safekeeping.
Yeah, safekeeping.
Remind me never to leave.
I'm gonna look over to Joe, who's currently reading through the journal.
Yep, Joe. That's what Joe's sitting here reading the journal.
No, not like nobody's allowed to read it. It's just she goes off on very dangerous expeditions occasionally. Be shame for her writings to get lost in the desert, wouldn't it?
Where was she going last time, you reckon?
Last I heard, she was headed to the old Colburn Ranch.
That was a few weeks back. How long does it take to get there?
It's quite a ways out, yes, but she had some sort of grand project she was going to be working on out there, so it might take her a while. I really don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna call Cassius over. Get this man another drink, and I'm gonna slap $1 on the table, and I'm gonna stand back up and walk over to Joe, who has the journal, real quick.
Sure, Cassius is gonna go to pouring drinks.
Any thoughts on your reading?
Joe looks down at it I really don't know what to say. She's been studying those wraiths. I think like that thing we saw out in the desert. She seems to conclude that it's some sin like pride holding them where they are that makes them how they is, but I really don't see how it relates to nothing. I don't see the point. She sits back looking defeated.
Well, I have a bit of an experiment I wish to conduct. If you would join me, and I would like as I walked past the Reverend, I would like clasp a hand on his shoulder and walk him over to the table. Is all.
Ooh. Where are we going? What are you doing?
We're having a conversation over here, Reverend.
Aye.
So, I have a bit of an experiment I would like to conduct, and I need I would prefer the assistance of y'all to coming with me.
Oh, what kind of experiment?
I'm not really a man of science.
More theological, I guess, if you would like to put it that way, given our situation. I'd like to try and go to the Colburn Ranch.
You trying to find this girl?
Potentially.
What do you think
I
that we...
just want to confirm some things. When I left in the first session, like when I left town, how far did I make it?
I'm not sure.
Okay, fair enough. As if there's no answer.
As far as you needed to go?
Well, you told me I didn't find what I was looking for, so.
Yeah. Well, you said you were looking for a cache, which I told you wasn't there. I don't know if I made it explicitly clear that it like wasn't there, but it like just wasn't there.
Okay. I assumed I hadn't found it, so I got there and it just wasn't there. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Which I suppose makes sense now, knowing what happened. But yeah, Colburn Ranch. I think that's our next stop. Now I know Bonham over there will follow me wherever I go. I reckon I can convince Victor and Blackthorn potentially, but you two, what are your thoughts?
Joe shrugs. At this point, I don't know what to do, so if you think you have an idea, why not?
She seems to have an understanding of these things. And she's local, and if she's fine and alive, we could ask her. She could answer a few questions for us. I don't reckon it's not a bad idea.
And look at it this way: even a corpse can answer a few questions.
Hopefully, it won't come to that. She seems resourceful.
You never know. I'm gonna go check on my wagon. Whenever y'all are ready to leave, let me know. And with that, James is gonna go outside. Whoever this assumed wagon is, which doesn't exist on the map.
I like to pretend it's the one all the way on the other side. Okay.
Oh yeah, the fucking snake oil wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Joe closes up the journal, tucks it inside her coat, and then wanders back over to the bar cat.
Cat's still just lying there, as happy and as peaceful as can be. She does a little bit of a chirp.
She pets it, but she's like looking at it oddly, like kind of checking his eyes and stuff. Like, are you dead?
Are you
also dead?
Please just
the cat, by all intents and purposes, seems to be alive.
I really want to take the cat with me.
Poor animal.
Just being nice to it. It seems to like her.
I think Jim's gonna settle back into his chair and have a few glasses of water and flick through the book again.
Oh, does he have the book?
Yeah, he's got
the one about the infernal silver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one about the infernal silver.
I'll keep in mind that the Reverend now has doubly confirmed that James still has the infernal silver coin.
Damn coin.
Rook's got some silver as well.
He does,
Yeah,
he
little
does, he
vial.
does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to know. Rook walks up to the bar, looks at Cassius and says, "Are you dead too?" I just want to know.
Cassius just looks up and he's like, "No."
That's bullshit. No, I'm kidding.
No, that seems very in character for Rook.
Yeah.
Are you dead too?
No, that's bullshit.
Listen, I had to know.
What about the cat?
Yeah, what about the cat?
The cat is much like myself. It is hard to be dead if you have never been alive.
You really are a cryptic son of a bitch, aren't you?
I think that was
I've been
less
told
cryptic
this
than-
a time or two.
Like, that's less cryptic than anything anyone said to us.
I think it's less cryptic than anything James has said to any of you.
Listen, Rook at this point is just expected James to speak in like fucking metaphors.
He does. He's a fucking con man.
He just thinks the whispers are getting to his head. Fucking demons in his head saying, "Oh, you should say this line next."
I
Oh, it's just
will.
called my brain.
I will give you the courtesy of telling you that the key that one of you holds will not grant you any fortune if you go to the Colburn Ranch.
Ooh.
Well, James isn't in the room anymore. He doesn't hear that.
You got people here that can convey it.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, that key opens something that you all have already found. Deep within the depths.
Okay, it was option B. Good to know.
I knew I was right. Fucking knew it. I knew I was right. You said this last fucking session. Fucking knew this. Just said on the fucking...
I literally said 10 minutes ago. I can think of 3 things to do with the key, and one of them involves back in the mines.
Yeah, I kind of gave up on that idea. I was like, no, I looked around, I had a thought. I guess I fucking missed something about me. All right.
Well, there happens to be a certain thing that none of us can get close to. None of us can enter.
Well, you can. You just didn't do it
back.
in the well. You didn't have the coin when you tried to touch it.
Yeah.
Therefore, he's telling you you have the key. The key is the token.
Yeah. So we
Wait,
have it now. Back.
Is the ranch on this map or is the ranch a different map? Like, is
It's a
this thing
different-
over here the ranch?
No,
Okay.
it's on a different map.
Okay, it is somewhere that we can go though. That you
Yes.
have prepped.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But
if we want, we could go down into the mines and just fast forward to us being there and.
Yeah. Y'all just gotta pick whatever you want to do. We don't have to like go through the mine again. We can theater the mine that and get you where you need to go. Or you can go to the Culver Ranch. It's up to you.
Let's finish off this chapter at the mine.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think I'd rather do that and save next big revelations for everybody gone.
All right.
We
Let's
got 15 minutes until
Pull some
until
shit up.
session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
the
let's just wrap
cow is
this up.
eating straw. Or hay. I
It
just
is.
found the cow.
It is. It is. It is.
Is there a difference between straw and hay?
Yes.
Yes, straw doesn't have much nutritional value. It's just waste.
Okay.
It's good for bedding. That's about it. Bedding and mulch.
And fire.
All right. So, everyone's in agreement to go to the mine.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
So you all decide to gather up and head to the mine. You go back through the route that you took prior. Nothing has changed.
So
You-
the camera.
You approach
No.
the ritual site.
Mhm.
James has the token, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
All
it is.
right. James, with the token, you feel compelled to step onto the mat of the ritual site.
Yeah, I'm gonna do just that.
Okay. You can step onto it. Nothing really changes too much, but this will allow the others to step onto the stone as well.
I'm gonna inspect the corpse.
All right. And as soon as everyone has gathered onto the stone, unless Jim is protesting.
Oh, Jim is not too keen on this.
James
Yeah,
is
you
over
were-
to shout,
second
just grab the
thoughts.
Reverend and
No.
throw him onto the stone.
Good. Okay, if Reb's on the stone, Joe will go too, I guess.
Something
enough of cultist bullshit. There ain't nothing gonna harm you. You dead.
something begins to happen to all of you.
Okay.
You were swirling in a vortex of shadow and wind. And suddenly, you find yourselves moving into another dimension.
Everyone hold tight.
Oh no.
Oh god, we're not
Oh,
in
no.
You find yourself in the Daedric plane of oblivion.
Yeah, right.
I have to reload my map. Give me a sec. This is driving me crazy tonight.
Haskell, how the fuck did you get here?
Oh god!
The
Well,
hero
it was
of the
planned
match.
for everyone to be here,
Oh,
but
you weren't
know,
kidding about Oblivion.
it's fine. Where is okay? Haskell's hidden. Where's this?
I've been playing Skyrim.
Fish
It's been on my
Vincent.
mind.
There we go. All right, beautiful.
Wait, so next session, is the sheriff actually going to understand? Like, are we just playing it off as if Wanted already knows everything?
No,
Or,
no,
like,
no. Wanted won't know shit.
So we have to explain to him how he's actually dead.
We could
You're gonna have to go-
so here's the alternative. We could just choose not to.
That's true. You don't
Which
have
I
to tell
find
him
infinitely
anything.
funnier.
It's not driving me
think-
insane. It's like this horror movies when they like don't believe there's a ghost, but there's a ghost always like 2 seconds behind them or some bullshit like that. I hate that shit.
Well, here's the thing.
The thing is, I think the power of disbelief is how he's a paladin. So I think he has to know.
The supernatural exists. You've lost your powers.
Yeah, he can't. That's how he has so much power against it. He just doesn't. He's
Wait, that's from
believe it.
that's from something like a character who doesn't believe in ghosts, therefore ghosts can't touch him. What fuck? What is that from?
I want to believe that. I don't know idea, but that's great.
So that is a thing I've seen before. I can't remember what it's from.
Right, so you
Like
find
Hercules,
yourself on this craggy, rocky plane of who knows what.
I shoved Doppelbackentire into the void.
It beckons you forward. There is a brazier torch sort of thing to your right. You can try to light it, or you can just surpass it.
I think so far James has leaned into the cultist bullshit. So far, he's gonna go ahead and attempt to light it.
Let's see if this is my light switch to turn them all on. It was. Yay! I did good.
I've actually got a light switch. What the fuck?
Yeah, I made light switch.
Eh.
And then I also have to turn
Continuing
this
on the
on.
path. lighting
go.
all the torches.
Aw, pretty.
So pretty.
You know what?
So
Hell
pretty
isn't
for
even that
hellscape.
bad. Yeah. Oh
as
shit! I'm
we're-
still on a horse. Sorry.
As we pass by the first one, Jack is just gonna hold an unlit cigarette in the fire for a second, burn the tip, and continue
I'm
walking.
just gonna point out in case anyone hasn't noticed, we are being watched.
What?
Yes, you were being
We have
watched
a-
by a dust wraith currently. The one that you
Wait.
ran into earlier in the
Where is it?
session.
on the
Right.
spire.
Rook checks his like silver vial thing as he's slowly, strolling along. Anything with it?
It is glowing red.
Okay, as I figured.
Do I still have the coin on me, or has that vanished?
Yeah, you still have the coin.
Are the
Is it
whispers
also
stronger,
glowing
or
red?
is it the same amount
we
of
go.
whisper?
You're kind of in where the whispers come from, so you might not even just hear them
I see.
right now.
I'm just gonna keep moving forward till Lacey tells me to stop.
I'm
Well,
looking
you've
at
you've
her.
gone way too far ahead. James has
Oh,
stopped at the
Go back to
mirror
the
though.
mirror.
We're blocked up here. I can't get past.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Teleport.
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to teleport over. I couldn't get through the little gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You do
I
me that way
thought
sometimes.
I meant to be by the mirror too. Oh, there we go.
I can never get the teleport function to work, and it doesn't do it.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes
it's
it takes a
finicky.
minute.
It's a little buggy, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Got it. I'm just dumb. I
As
have to
per
click it.
usual.
Yeah, and I had to click it a third time to get it to transfer over. Also, congratulations on bringing a cat into a hell's.
No, I didn't.
You didn't steal the cat. Boop. All right, there we go. Everyone's here by the mirror. You notice the surface of the mirror ripples like water, reflecting not just your image, but something more, something raw and primal. As you approach, you can feel a magnetic pull urging you closer, whispering promises of power and truth. The frame is adorned with sinister carvings, scenes of chaos and fury, hinting at the volatile emotions that lie just beneath the surface. It beckons one of you forward. Which one of you will face it?
Rook walks up a bit and has a little look.
Yeah.
Joe's a bit cautious, hangs back.
Fuck it, why not? James will step forward as well.
When you finally gaze
That's
into
like
the mirror, a wave of emotion crashes over you. Your reflection shifts, revealing glimpses of a moment where you felt powerless, where anger simmered just beneath the surface. Faces flash before you, those who have wronged you, those who you couldn't protect. Each a vivid reminder of your pain and frustration. As the fury you've buried deep inside begins to stir, you feel it rise like a tempest within, intoxicating and exhilarating. The whispers grow louder, urging you to embrace that anger, to let it consume you. But in that moment of temptation, a chilling realization sets in. This wrath, if left unchecked, could devour you whole. The mirror reflects not just your anger, but the cost of losing yourself to it, leaving you at a crossroads. Will you give in to the fury, or will you find strength to confront the deeper truth within? Here's how this is going to work. You are going to choose a skill. You can make a wisdom saving throw, insight, or charisma. You're going to be trying to beat a difficulty of 15. So go ahead and roll d20s for me. Those of you that are looking into the mirror.
Wisdom, intel, or charisma.
And this is a saving throw?
Wisdom, insight, or charisma. They are saving throws, yes.
So is that the shit in the bracket? You add that on?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So it's that, and then that would be...
Just to
I
keep in
forgot that I can
mind,
create illusions.
insight is intelligence based, so you would just go off your intelligence. Charisma is... What is charisma? Charisma's just charisma.
Yeah.
Insight is also wisdom, by the way, not intelligence.
Is it? Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a perception skill.
That's fine.
So I can use wisdom, right? Just to clarify.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Do I have advantage on this?
It's not. Oh. Okay, I rolled a 6 first, so it was a 6. Can I just say can I just use the inspiration thing
If
and
you
then
would
just
like
count
to,
the 18?
absolutely. Mhm.
Yeah, can I use that and then we count the 18?
Sure. All right. Let's see.
Oh, I don't think I'm connected anymore.
It takes a little while. Might take you a second. Okay, so I did an 18 and I only have 1 inspiration.
I'm rolling charisma.
There he goes. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, I don't see anything rolling.
yeah. I don't see anything rolling for you either.
Oh wait, no, I didn't roll an
Which-
18. I rolled a 21. I don't know if that makes a
I meant
difference.
you.
But...
In this instance, it doesn't. Oh, there he goes. He just disconnected.
I left myself.
Oh, okay.
All right,
I'm rejoining.
I guess Joe would also see the mirror from behind.
I am
him.
gonna make.
You
I am
don't
gonna
have
make
to
a
look
point.
into it. This is something purposeful that your character would have to look into, so you can opt out of it.
I am
Yeah,
gonna
I'm-
make a slight observation that this mirror has a lot to do with wrath, and the sin of wrath was written on the back of the Reverend's gravestone.
It wasn't the
pride.
reference. That was
Oh,
Joe
it
is
was
Wrath.
Joe's.
oh, Joe is wrath. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers, so is everyone looking into this? Is only 2 people looking into this?
Oh, I can't rejoin. Interesting. I'm just gonna restart the game.
Oh, that's a fact.
No, I'm just saying Joe would have walked up behind people and kind of looked, but she wouldn't have come close to look into it, I guess.
Okay, so she's not participating in the saving.
You are
throws.
observing.
Okay.
If you want, Wedge, I could share the screen so you can continue while you're
Roll a
loading.
d20 plus 5 for me.
Okay. Plus 5. Send it.
18. All
Okay,
right.
18.
Who all? Because now I'm confused. Who all is actually purposefully, with intention, looking into the mirror?
Just want to see which.
Jim.
James and Rock.
Yeah, James.
Yeah, just them
and-
two. I rolled the
Okay.
say that I was.
Did you say you were Meg?
Yes.
Okay.
so the three of us.
Meg. Okay.
I
Meg
was
got
7.
7. Meg failed it. Okay. All right. So for those of you that succeeded the saving throw, you stay calm, and you gain a temporary bonus on your next check. It's going to be a +1, which is coming right up after this. So hold on tight to it.
Huzzah. Jim. Just to me, James. Jim becomes overwhelmed
James,
with
Jim, Jack,
anger.
Joe.
James becomes overwhelmed with anger, gaining disadvantage on the next check. So again, we're doing difficulty 15. We're doing the same sort of throw. You can pick whichever one you want to use.
Wait, what? I'm confused. You've got I'm fucking lost now.
You're making another wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
You're
Okay.
looking to beat 15. If you failed it, Meg, you're looking to beat 16, actually.
Yeah.
And you're also
Me and Meg.
rolling with disadvantage.
Okay, so I'm
let,
looking.
Keep lower.
let's have Meg roll first.
Yeah, I'm fucking lost already.
I'm so
Got
fucked.
back in.
Oh my god!
Keep in Meg, disadvantage. Roll it.
That it is disadvantage. I feel like we need to screenshot that though. She'll never get another one like that.
Yep, there we go. Yep,
Okay.
there we go.
Yep. There's
That's
Meg's
more like
rolls. There we are. All right. Maple, go ahead and roll a d20, the same as you did prior.
With the extra saving throw. Right?
Yes. And then you'll
Okay,
add
so-
1 on top of that as well. So it's technically like +4 or whatever.
So 15?
15. All right. You made it.
And can you roll d20 plus 6 for me? Also,
Yeah,
I
I
need to be
can.
brought back into this map.
Oh, yep. Let me grab you. Bitch.
17.
Did it move you?
You rolled a 17.
Oh wait, he gets another plus, doesn't he? So 18 for him, for James, I
Okay.
think.
No, that the +6 was including that.
Oh, okay, yeah. I need a plus. Okay,
Which
yeah.
is it
So we
moving
both-
you?
Yes.
Okay.
So we both passed.
Okay. Beautiful. You both gain clarity and insight, perhaps discovering something important about the anger within you. You will gain advantage on a related action later in the encounter.
Hey.
Meg.
Yes.
Jim has failed to manage his emotions, and he takes psychic damage. Go ahead and roll 1d4 for me to see what he has taken damage for.
Imagine he's getting angrier and angrier, looking like
One
Eustace.
damage.
Like his face is red.
Stupid dog.
Weird.
He slapped himself.
We are doing one more check, one more wisdom saving throw. Meg, you're looking to beat 17. The people that have succeeded, you're still looking to beat 15.
Okay.
I'm so
So +1.
Yeah, y'all better
At least you're
y'all need
not
some
rolling
mental
with
fucking
disadvantage this
fortitude.
time.
Holy shit.
Meg rolled. Okay. No, Meg
I
rolled
hope we
it.
all failed
Okay.
this one.
Oh shit, yeah, you did.
I'm gonna use inspiration to reroll that.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my last inspo as well.
Sure, go for it.
That's a natural 1.
Meg actually beat it.
I think you might have an ability to reroll too as a
Alright, I've used all my inspo.
Once a
That's
day.
what it's
Oh,
for.
once per day, the charlatan can automatically succeed on any saving throw as if by divine or fateful information. I choose to succeed.
Okay. Beautiful. And all right, Rook failed it. Okay. For those of you that succeeded, you are now inspired in yourselves or your allies, granting everyone within earshot temporary hit points.
Oh,
So you will all need to roll a 1d6 and make note of that. To whatever
What
you
fucking
roll.
numbers going on?
Yes.
So we roll a 6 dice, right?
boom, Fab 5. I'll take a fucking. Give me
Nice
5 hit points,
four.
baby.
So just make note of that to add that onto your HP.
So it's all the people that were looking in the mirror still.
That's everyone within earshot of this area, so you all get it.
Okay. So what do I roll? Sorry.
A
I did-
d6.
I want to-
And the way I have it marked is I have my 10 hit points plus 10 hit points, so I have 9 plus 3 at the moment.
I got a whole 1. Fantastic.
Hey,
The
sometimes
way-
that's all you need.
If we're holding to 5-year rules, the way temporary hit points work is that you have them until you lose them. You can't regain them, and they go away at the end of a long rest.
So I
That all
just
correctly?
add a +1 to my hit points. Is that
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Yeah.
Mark
But
it
it's
separately.
temporary, so make sure it's separate somewhere, be it like in brackets or however you want to organize your notes.
Okay.
Because you will not go back. So if you take damage, you will not go back up to, say, 10 hit points. Or however many you have.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Let me see here. Okay. All right, Rook. You have failed to manage your emotions, and you will be taking psychic damage as a 1d4. So go ahead and roll a 1d4. You've taken 4 damage.
Okay.
And given the state of your rage, you are going to lash out at the person nearest to you, which is James Hackett or Joe.
Yeah. I don't know. What does that
And
mean?
this is going to be an attack
You are
of some
attacking me.
sort.
You're going to
Oh,
attack one of us.
Ember's the first one to get
You're gonna
attacked.
freak
Wait,
Classic.
can I choose?
Yes, you can. They are both equal distance away from you, as far as I can tell. He's
Thank
too happy
God,
about
I've
this.
been waiting for this for so
Maple,
long.
You know the obvious choice for the meme.
For the one.
Where?
I'm just saying she would do it to you.
She would do it to me. That's a good point. Do it to Joe. She gets
Excuse
whatever
you.
happened. Well,
All right,
yep.
here's what we're gonna do. Are
Just the one I
you
fucking missed is the one that fucks me, but everyone else is just chilling. Okay.
are you going after Joe or James?
Joy.
Okay, Joe, I'm gonna need you to roll a d20 for me.
Great.
I'm sorry, there is no character named Joy.
Yeah, your attack fails.
The cat's name is Joy.
The
Cat's name
explodes
is
in a
Rust.
gunshot.
All right,
Aw.
so
That'd be terrible.
Yeah,
Rook
my
is,
rolls are always terrible. It's
Rook is also going to need to roll a 1d20 for me as well. You were looking to beat an 8 in order to be able to hit Joe.
Come on, give me this.
Ooh, there we go. All right, you may make
we
an
both
attack on
reroll?
Joe. Nope.
what?
No, it's meter beat.
Meter beat.
And in a meter
Yeah,
beat
but those
scenario,
don't-
attacker
don't
always
really-
wins.
So
A
you
meter
can.
beat is you roll. Oh, sorry. Are you asking like what meter beat means, or are you asking like what you need to know? Maple?
What?
I don't think Maple asked any.
I wasn't
questions.
asking anyway.
Oh, okay. So never mind.
All right, so you may make your attack against Joe in whichever way that you see fit or whatever pertains to your character sheet.
But do I like hit her or do I like shoot her?
You
Like,
have to-
That's up to
Okay.
you.
Okay. Yes, that is your choice.
RP that out, bud.
You are attacking her in some fashion. What is the
Okay.
thing?
You have Saffron and Gorma, and she's about to run you off the cliff.
In a fit of rage,
I
you
just
know,
run
light
them
her
off
on
the
fire.
cliff and they chased me and they all fell off the cliff.
listen. Blame poor game design. Okay.
I'm
Don't blame game design. Okay. Well, he doesn't have like a gun or anything in his hand, so I assume he just like smacks it or something. Like,
Would he like find a reason or mistake her for something in his past, like, or is he just randomly lash out?
I
There's no
don't know.
there's no
With no
dialogue.
emotion. With no emotion either. That's more
Well, no,
walk up to her and just knock her one. Like
I just assume it's like an instinctive thing where it's like it just suddenly had like a jolt of like, I don't know, anger or some shit, and he just went fucking, pow, like Mike Tyson kind of shit. You know what I mean?
like
Okay, is this just with like a bare hand or
Yeah, bare hands, because it's just.
All right,
his hands. He did good in the other two rolls, so this man doesn't have to shoot her in the head. Okay?
roll a 1d4.
As an aside, I do love the image of Rook silently walking up to Joe and bitch slapping her.
But no, I assume they're close enough that you can just turn around and suddenly like first.
So 2. As Rook strikes Joe, she takes 2 points of damage.
Ow.
That's how she said. Ow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joe. I had to do it.
Felt compelled to.
Listen, the mirror made me do it. Okay, it's not my fault.
Joe staggers back, shocked. She yelled, "What was that for?"
But
And
forget.
she's reaching for something underneath her coat.
Does Rook snap out of it, or like what's happening with? Like...
Yeah, once he's attacked her, it's kind of like, oh, that's over now. What happened?
Okay, he kind of shakes it off and just instinctively goes like, "I'm sorry, I don't mean to do that. That I don't know."
She's probably holding a sawed-off shotgun now, pointing almost in his direction. Her finger near the triggers.
James is gonna walk up and just do like put his hand on top of the barrel and just slowly push it down. Not easy now.
Listen,
Is this some sort of joke?
Listen, I punched you. I didn't try to shoot you. We don't need to start pulling things like that out.
She wipes blood from the corner of her mouth. But why? She only lowers the gun slightly. She's.
I blame the mirror. I don't know what just happened. I don't even know why I hit you.
She looks at the others, just incredulous, wondering if they're seeing this.
Well, imagine, right, you'd be looking at Jim, who's fucking pissed at something, right? He didn't make it seriously. He's just furious at nothing, it looks like.
Listen, Joe, look around. I think there's bigger things to be worried about than me instinctively hitting you because of a weird fucking mirror, okay?
Yeah.
It was an accident.
You can always beat his ass later. For now, save the shells for whatever we might run into.
Yeah, we have bigger problems to deal with right now.
She holsters.
If I really wanted to do something, do you think I would have punched you?
I don't know nothing about you, she says, moving away and holstering her gun.
Does it just become really foggy, or is that just me?
Yes, after the trial, you notice that the fog has gotten a little bit thicker and a little bit higher.
Let's move to higher ground. Come on.
I agree. You've done preening yourselves. Told you're pretty enough already.
God, I finally got to hit the Ember character. That's great. It's not kidnapping, but close enough.
Wow. Okay, so I have to mark my damage. Like I've never done this before, so I'll just
probably be easier for y'all to just like teleport through this stupid little rocky chasm.
Trying to teleport's a fucking mystery, I'll tell you what. Teleport to.
Oh my goodness! Over there.
Okay, there we are. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, it wasn't letting me teleport there, but I'm gonna do it now.
If I did an attack and said he goes to push her, could he have pushed her off the edge? You know, just like hypothetically thinking. I'm just curious.
There's nothing stopping you other than being a dick.
Yeah, like if you had drawn on her, you could have tackled her. You could have.
I said this at the start. I'm not interested in PvP in this game.
Yeah.
Push an Ember off a cliff would be pretty funny.
Bro, I play the game.
That's just the thought as well. Oh, I'm such an asshole.
As we make our way up, I assume to this nice little bridge here, I'm gonna kind of lean up on it, give it a little test nudge, make sure it ain't. This fucking stone column I don't trust.
It is as solid as it can be, but movement does catch your eye across the pillar.
Rook sprints across.
Rook immediately jumped across.
Okay, I was going to be on top of the thing. Okay, let me get back up. He's up. Okay. He's up on the little ledge. All right.
All right.
Rook would also.
So can I get a good look from the top of the thing before everyone walks down this shit at a fucking?
Yeah, I mean, you've got full view. You catch movement in your periphery, a flash of shadow against crimson haze. You turn to find a spectral mountain lion, its ethereal form glowing with a ghostly light. It prowls silently, muscles coiling and flexing beneath its fur, its eyes gleaming like molten gold. You can feel an intense energy radiating from the creature, a palpable rage that seems to reverberate in the air around it. As it locks its piercing gaze onto you, a low growl rumbles from deep within its throat, echoing like distant thunder. The ground trembles slightly beneath your feet, a warning of the power it possesses. The lion steps forward, claws sinking silently into the scorched earth beneath it, its form shifting like smoke. You notice the jagged edges that surrounding the rock that seem to fade in comparison to the creature's otherworldly beauty, drawing your eyes to its silhouette. It pauses, assessing you, the tension thickening as you meet its fierce gaze. In that moment, you realize this is no ordinary beast. It embodies the very essence of rage, a guardian of fury that stands as both a challenge and a guide. You can almost hear the whispers carried on the hot winds, urging you to confront this spirit of rage. The lion's presence is both terrifying and mesmerizing, beckoning you deeper into the trial that awaits.
Joan Joe feels beckoned. I'm moving on.
Okay.
Okay.
You can tell, you know, Joe's got a little bit of know-how about the wilderness, so you're going to be able to tell that this thing, if it wanted to attack you and kill you instantly, it probably could. But right now, it's not to. Whether or not you pick up on the fact that there is something deeper to this is up to you.
I feel like she would at this.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
I don't know. To move closer, watching its body language and demeanor and stuff.
Okay.
She'd also just generally be sensing anything, knowing that there's whispers and whatnot that they deal with in this new reality.
Okay, let's do an insight check. Let's make it a difficulty 10. Anyone can make this, by the way. Anyone else making it?
Wait,
what
are
would
we supposed to
insight be?
roll a 10 or a
Oh no,
20?
you needed to roll a 20.
Oh,
You're looking to beat 10.
gotcha.
Which thing is insight? What like what's
Wisdom.
wisdom? Okay.
A wisdom, so I have
Mhm.
That'd
Doesn't matter, you beat
be
it anyway.
that and a plus.
I can't see what the stupid
One.
thing and it doesn't like this.
No, I got it in the chat here.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay. I was I got the 16, but then I have like a +5 on wisdom, so
Big 20.
She passed, I passed,
Okay.
Easy passed.
All right. Everyone is passed. I think that rolled.
Other than which?
So
Oh wait,
No,
no, he did. It
Rich
was the
rolled a
10, it was the
13.
10, it's the 10. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
I was still stuck on the 15.
I didn't press return. That's why. I was like, "Where's Merlin?"
Ruthless. That's
Yeah, that's all.
That's
on
Meg
brand.
rolls. That's Meg rolls.
That, yeah,
I'm telling you,
that's
it's
on brand.
I like that the thing rolls, but like it rolled down the hill it landed.
No.
Fortunate.
Yep. All right. So for those of you that passed it, which is everyone except Meg, you notice that this creature is not necessarily egging you on to attack it, but it's ready for you to attack it. But Easy beat this by so much, he gets a little bit of an intuition that you might be able to bargain with this creature instead of just bypassing it or ignoring the fact it exists.
Ooh. All right. So as I guess this is everyone's eyeing it down and coming to grips with it, I'm gonna slowly make my way down. Excuse me. You know, kind of making my way across, almost falling over. Excuse me, don't mind me. As I'm gonna kind of, as I step past Joanne, I'm gonna lock eyes with this thing and kind of get a little bit lower, hand out, like Jurassic Park, whatever the fuck, I mean, when you stand down an animal, I'm like, hey, like, I'm cool.
Sure.
Everything's fine. And I'm gonna get real close to it. Not, at least a decent, let me just teleport myself. Yeah. I'm gonna hop down. And, as I look at it, I want to see if it makes any kind of. I'm just gonna get an eye at it as I get a little closer, and then see what it's doing.
It's still just watching all of you, especially you. Now you've moved forward and you're approaching it. It's snarling and making all sort of, wildcat noises. It is definitely threatening in appearance, but again, it's not attacking. So go ahead and roll a charisma check for me. Looking to beat 15.
And this is it a saving throw or just a check? Do I get a bonus roll on it?
It'll be a check.
Okay. So no plus. Wait.
Don't you have a plus as a gambler?
I
could've
do.
sworn
It's plus,
you did.
I do. It's +2, so that's a 16.
Okay. So you beat it. The cat slowly starts kind of approaching you, studying you, trying to make heads or tails of what exactly you're trying to do. It sniffs your hand. And what do you do in this moment?
So as it does, I'm gonna I'm gonna stand up a little slow, and I'm gonna slowly take off my hat in a big showy fashion, and let it roll down my shoulders and catch it in my other hand, and kind of give it a twirl, like start playing with my hat a little bit, get him to watch it, and I hold it out, and then I'm going to use my let me look at it real quick. It's ace in the hole. Once per day, I get to pull something out of my sleeve. That I have had this whole time because I am just like that.
Okay.
I want to reach into my hat. Oh fuck! What would be good? What would I ostensibly have in this fucking thing that he would like?
I have an idea. If you and it's not something you could pull out of your hat. Well, actually, ostensibly it might be. It would be really weird. If you don't come up with something, James will do something.
Fuck. I feel like it's such a waste of opportunity. I can't think of something cool. I wanted just to cheese it. There's a part of me that wants to be lame and be like, and it's what fucking what. But that feels lame. I want to think of something.
It's a cuddly toy.
Well,
Right.
considering you're in a place where the theme is wrath, maybe think of something that would maybe try to quell that, if that is something you're going for.
Oh, fuck, that's obviously what I was thinking. Oh, okay, actually, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, as I open the hat, I'm gonna make a big show out of it, like a magician would. And as I reach in, I'm going to pull out. It's a letter. The last letter is a letter. It's very nice, but it's crumpled. It's clearly been reread and reread 100 times over, but never sealed. It would be the last letter he would have written to July while he was gone. Before he was it was a love letter basically. But he never got to give it to her before the thing, and I'm gonna hold it out.
Okay. The cat is going to move to sniff it.
You
again.
don't have permission to do that.
The cat is going to move to sniff it, and you notice something starts to happen. The color of the magic that imbues it begins to shift to cooler tones. It moves from red to greens, all the way into blues. For whatever you decide to do going forward in this realm, this animal will assist you.
Yes.
Nice.
Now here's a question. Did it take the letter?
No.
Okay. So nothing was sacrificed. Interesting.
Just reminds me of the fucking cat out of Baldur's Gate now. That's all I can think about.
I'm gonna tuck the letter back into the inside of my hat and attempt to pet him a little bit, give him a little scritch on the neck there. Me.
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. He's a good boy. Yeah. A little pat on the side and we'll walk on.
Oh, it moves with us. That's cool.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm also glad I got to use that ability. I've been wanting to.
And you will also notice that the fog once more
Has
lowers.
dropped.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The fog recedes.
Is this what is this, a pool up here?
Just a second.
Jack will be walking near the cat now.
All right.
Fucking cat sat down. That's so cute.
I know.
Me and him are homies. We're hanging out. This is my guy.
In the center of this particular area, there is a manifestation that rises up out of the pool before you. It is a spirit of rage, an ethereal being fueled by the anger and pain of countless souls. It embodies all-consuming wrath and seeks to bond with those who feel its power within. As the party, as you face the spirit of rage, you are presented with an opportunity to either embrace this power or resist it. Each character will make a wisdom saving throw or a charisma saving throw, your choice, representing your ability to either connect or reject the spirit. The difficulty is 15. Thematic.
Charisma.
Yep.
Roll
Make a
16.
charisma.
Saving throws the bracket one again, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Check is the normal one. Nat
Oh,
20.
Nice,
Ooh,
nice.
19, baby.
Is that my
Plus
20?
5.
I can't tell.
Yes, that was your nat 20.
Okay.
That was a critical
Gravity.
success.
I
Ember.
just can't catch a
That's what I'm
fucking
talking
break.
about.
can I?
Oh,
I
I
mean,
have
you
the
passed
plus- I
it,
have a
so who
plus two.
cares? Oh, no, you
Did
didn't.
I?
You actually failed it. Never mind. Never mind, you did
Just
fail it.
failed it.
All right.
They roll a
I
4.
22.
Five.
It should have been
Wait,
plus 5.
what was the check for?
15.
Charisma or wisdom.
Yeah, but like, what was the check to do? What was the?
To resist.
Maple,
You're
I-
resisting, so it's a saving throw.
Okay, gotcha.
Maple, I have a question. Have you been listening to anything that's been said in your presence in the last 15 minutes?
That's okay.
It's not 2 in the morning here.
Yeah, we're wrapping up. It's just a little bit more. I didn't actually expect y'all to get this far with it, but it's all good. For those of you that succeeded, you briefly connect with the spirit, gaining insight into your own anger, and you get a temporary boost to your abilities. You will take advantage on damage rolls for a limited number of turns going forward. For those of you that failed, you are
Let me get Ember again.
you once again you were overwhelmed. You feel the spirit's rage flooding into you, but instead of controlling it, you become consumed by anger. You can either suffer a penalty on your next attack roll with disadvantage, or you can lash out again.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Rook
gonna shoot
draws
someone.
his pistol out.
And I'm gonna Jim's gonna draw his cane.
I'll take the disadvantage.
Okay.
I guess I'm just thinking about thematically what characters would be angry at other characters. I feel like the Reverend would be angry at one of the two con men at this point. I don't know what you think, Mike.
I don't know. I don't know if he would be necessarily angry, more like just
Disappointed.
disappointed. And,
Yeah, but
Um,
disappointment can twist into rage when manipulated.
yes.
Well, I feel like
yeah.
you'd be blaming James. He'd be blaming James like all for all this. He had the coin in there. That you
Yeah.
dragged me to fucking.
Yeah, you dragged me here, so yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's probably go for you.
All right, D20.
All right. Your movement is done here. You can press forward.
No, we have to roll for the attacks.
Oh, are you attack? You're not attacking.
I am.
What do you mean? You didn't fail it.
I did fail.
Oh, did you? Okay, my bad. I didn't realize.
You can get out of the way.
It's not effective anyway.
The cat's just gonna stick by Jack.
I was gonna say, what happened if I instinctively just hit the giant cat?
You get batted off of the cliff.
Yeah.
If I can bust you one, probably is what would happen.
Listen, I can get a bit of fold.
I have a proposal to make.
Okay.
Do we want to end here so that Wanted and Ghost can be here for the climax of all this? Again, if their characters aren't, they'll still get to see this because we're half an hour over.
So. Oh.
Nope.
Oh.
What we open?
What?
There we go. Sorry, my headset bugged out for a sec. I'm good.
I'm recording this, so they're kind of going to see this anyway. So.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to y'all too. Like if you want to, like, there's not much further to go, as you can see.
Yeah.
Let's just press on it. If they have a way to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna be posting this?
Yeah.
Cool.
There's some good moments. This is an interesting one.
Okay, what's my disadvantage?
You'll see.
It hasn't come up yet, Babel.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like just you have like a -1 or like a I don't know, sure.
No, disadvantage means you roll twice on a check and you have to take the lower result.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Joe moves forward, trying to
Just-
keep away from the rest of these bozos who keep hitting people.
He just he feels dragged along here.
That's
Okay,
very
we're not
fair.
bozos, okay?
That's very fair.
I think
like
when you
underdogs.
swing the cane, James will duck under it. I know I dragged you here, but still, no need for violence.
All right. All right.
Who the fuck is this guy? It looks awesome.
As you step into the heat of the infernal arena, the air grows thick with heat and the oppressive
great.
weight of unbridled fury emerging from the swirling flames. A guardian of wrath looms before you, a hulking figure towering at least 7 feet tall, clad in scorched, blackened clothing that still glows faintly with the embers of a past life. His form radiates searing heat, and the air around him distorts as it bends in his presence. His face, or what remains of it, is a grotesque mask of rage, twisted and scarred, with molten cracks running along down his skull, revealing glimpses of the fire within him. Where I should be, there are 2 deep hollow voids filled with a flickering inferno, burning with an eternal hatred. From his shoulders, long jagged chains hang like trophies, some dangling across the ground as he moves, infernal links glowing red hot, not unlike the vial of infernal silver that Rook has. He carries a shotgun that's made of the same silver. It is intricately detailed, though you cannot exactly see what the engravings look like from where you're at. Without a word, he levels his burning gaze at you. His breath is ragged and furious. There is no mistaking his intent. He is a living incarnation of wrath, and he will show you no mercy. Roll for initiative.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
D20 plus Dex.